broadcast.
Did
it work?
Just testing the broadcast. Just go live on Twitch.
We are live on Twitch.
All right.
What you doing?
Give you some more light.
Oh, we don't need more light. It's okay.
I'll show you.
I mean, I know what you're trying to do.
Just
a second.
Well, are you gonna what we're gonna do? We're gonna put it. Let me just loosen it.
We'll figure it out. Nate and I are going to talk. You figure
It's
it
already
out.
live. I don't know what you're talking about.
No. The Gamecast thing.
Yeah, it's
If
live.
you want to fix
it's
it.
there.
Okay. All right.
Pay attention. Okay.
All right. Ready?
Yep. Let's go.
3, 2. All right. Good evening and welcome, everybody. Welcome to, we got a camera here, man. I should have done that the entire time. Welcome to week 13 of Thursday Night Football. This is going to be the New York Jets against the Baltimore Ravens. My name is Ritz. Welcome to Real Life Sports, your home for all things sports on Twitch. We're trying to build a sports-first streaming community here on Twitch and hope that everybody here joins us as well. Welcome in those to watching on the audio version of the broadcast on YouTube. And join us here on Twitch to get all the live video content as well. I'm joined with my co-casters, Frank and Scout Guitar. How are you doing, gentlemen, tonight?
Doing very well.
Fantastic.
We have got an interesting game, I believe, here to bring you all. It is probably one of our more lopsided, I think. Could we call it lopsided, perhaps?
I said it was most definitely the most one-sided matchup of this series for Real Life Sports and Thursday Night Football this season. Yeah.
However, we do get to see the one and only Lamar Jackson. Nate, what have you liked about Lamar's game this season?
Well, I think the one thing that I've been really liking about his game as of lately has just been his ability to both obviously run and pass, and it's really been proving it for him this season with 28 touchdown passes, leading all the NFL this season, and also he is about 23 yards away from breaking the all-time record by a quarterback in rushing yards. And so far, he's just basically being the dual threat ultimate quarterback. And so far, he's minus 900 in terms of being favorite in the MVP race. And it's just unbelievable to watch. It's basically been nothing like we've ever seen since Michael Vick.
Yeah, definitely an amazing performance. I'm actually really excited to call this game because of Lamar Jackson. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. There's going to be a lot of moments probably when we get to jump out of our chairs. Because of what he's been basically doing. A couple of follows to get to. Is TKR, thank you for the follow. Stephen YH, thank you for the follow. And Sri Dutin, thank you very much for the follow. Thank you to everybody tuning in. Once again, this is Real Life Sports. Go ahead and ask your questions live in chat. We have plenty of folks here that are going to answer them throughout the night, and we love to hear your guys' opinions on the game as well as we call it. We have several things lined up for you at halftime. We were going to do them pregame. We didn't get to them, so make sure you stick around at half because that's going to be a lot of fun. The big one is we're going to talk about the NFL's Not Top 5, which these guys don't know what I've prepared yet. So it's completely... It's going to be a total surprise, and I can't wait to do that segment. That is going to be hype. But, gentlemen, we always, for these Thursday night games, we have a counter of sorts. It's become a little tradition here on Relive where we count a particularly, funny or thing of the stream, right? So, of the game itself. When we did the Oakland game, it was how many Spider 2Y bananas are there? When we did the Dallas game... it was a sad or happy Jerry. Gentlemen, I'm going to ask you tonight, what do you... I have it ready to go. I think it's one of our better ones, to be honest. What do you think tonight's counter is?
How many times Lamar Jackson says, "Big trust"?
Or Mark, what's his name? Mark Ingram does that. but maybe my guess is probably like number of times that like he makes a guy's ankle get broken.
Or
That-
the
like
amount
Lamar
of
Jackson.
times that Sam Darnold throws an interception.
Oh, close. We're getting there.
How many
We're getting
times
there.
he says
Fumbles?
that he how many times that he says that he is seeing ghosts?
Hold on.
Oh,
So
that's possible.
this thing can't hear either. Why is that? My sound is coming through. Mr. Bad Bass, you can't. Can you only hear me?
Yeah, he's right.
He's right.
He is right. On the YouTube, you can hear everybody though.
Okay. How about now? Can you now hear everyone? My sound is coming through.
Can you hear me, sir?
Mr. Bad Bass. We have some audio.
Can you
Correct.
only hear me?
You only. Okay. He's right.
You
That's
can hear everybody though.
okay. How about
Probably
now?
the weirdest thing
Can
I
you now
have
hear
ever
everyone?
seen.
Now it.
Can you hear me, sir?
Is
Yeah,
it
we have some
working?
audio. Correct.
Somebody tell us,
You
chat, tell us if
only.
it's working or not. Okay.
I think it's working now.
Well, Mr. Bad Bass said
that's-
yes.
Yes,
I'm
he
not
says
really
yes, it's
sure if that
working.
means.
Probably
said
the okay.
yes.
Thing I have he says yes.
seen.
Okay,
Now-
so I'm gonna take it as that's a working. All right. Is it
working?
we're gonna reveal
Somebody
what
tell
the
us, chat,
what the
tell us
thing
if it's
actually
working
is.
or
Okay,
not.
yeah, we're good. Thank you, Mr. Bad Bass.
I think now. I think it's working now.
I'm going to drop
Well,
these in
Mr. Bad
here.
Bass-
It is. We're counting ghosts tonight.
There we go. We're
Ah,
counting
I
those.
knew it.
We are
I
counting
said that.
how many ghosts will be seen by Sam Darnold.
By Sam Darnold.
So, and we have our lovely friend Luigi and his friendly ghost that will be our counter. And the Jets here on the kickoff bring it back up to the 30 by Montgomery. It's a nice kick return here. And chat, you can call us out. So if you think that there's a ghost that we should count, put it in chat and we will we'll say we'll count the ghost. But if you think we've missed a ghost, then tell us and we will add a ghost. All right. So of course this comes from the game against the Patriots, where Sam Darnold famously said, "I believe I'm seeing ghosts." On the sideline, the Ravens here with quite a good defense. Actually, we'll turn the game audio on for you guys as Sam Darnold goes back to pass and gets this first one out complete here to his wide receiver Anderson. The Jets coming in at a 6-7 record. Nate, they've had an up and down season. Their offense isn't that this 31st in the league against the Ravens, who have one of the most balanced teams that we've seen, I think, in several years.
Yeah, well, part of it has to do with Sam Darnold not being in the lineup for a little bit, but in the last 5 games, he actually has been very successful, as you saw on the stat line. So he's been making a difference since his return, and so it's been showing with the 9 touchdown, 2 interception ratio, 4-1 overall record in the last 5.
And the Ravens, the story of the Ravens has sitting currently atop the AFC with the top seed and the inside track to home field advantage in the playoffs, given that they did beat the New England Patriots in Baltimore, which was a terrible game to watch on my end. Although
Not for the rest of the world, though.
Not for the rest of the world. It would be the sort of ironic if the Jets gave us one heck of a gift and Sam Darnold almost going down, and he does. He does manages to get that one off, though, and it will be incomplete. Chat, your vote if we count that as a ghost or not.
If you count it as a ghost or not.
You got it. Yeah. Just somebody
Does it
bust
count?
out the Ghostbuster emoji if you guys see that. No, but as you can see, they're getting like an all-out good pressure blitz. They're trying to show several guys at the line, not exactly down on the line of scrimmage, and they were showing a little bit of confusion. Had good coverage all the way around on the receivers in the back end, and nowhere to get the ball to, and forces him into an incompletion and not to a punt.
All right, so we won't count the ghost for that one. That'll just be a sack thing. And okay, so we have Lamar Jackson coming out for his first series. There you go.
There we go.
Here's his 1,017 rush yards. You said he's 23 rush yards away.
Actually 23 rush yards from breaking the record.
All right, so we will be counting. We will be counting the rush yards here as we get the 3 and out here for the Jets. Jackson back in the shotgun with Ingram in the backfield. Snead motioning to the top of the field, and it's a fake to Ingram rolling out to the left. Nice pass there to the tight end. Discards 2 Jets defenders and decides to go down to the 45. Nice pass there. It's a 20-yard play on first down to Hurts. The Ravens offense moving quickly and early. No white sleeves and 1 Michael Jackson glove. Wait, what?
And you'll see Hurst here. He's kind of taken over for Mark Andrews, who's actually been sidelined with the leg injury. And Hurst, he took over last week at 61 receiving yards and also 1 touchdown. So he's picking off exactly right where he left off.
All right, it's out to the 35 rather. So call that a 10-yard game on first down here. This handoff is to Ingram. No, it's not. It's off, and he's going to Jackson. Jackson's got 10, 15. Oh goodness. So what? We're now at 8. 8 yards.
Probably about 8 or like less than 10 yards away now from the all-time record. But as you can see, this is basically the bread and butter of this team. Nick Boyle, who's arguably their best blocking tight end on the team, as what John Harbaugh. And each time that he goes and motions out from that pistol formation, they go and just run this basic read option, zone up the middle, and it's either you crash down, Lamar keeps it. Lamar keeps it, and he'll completely bust it through for like a big play, like he did right.
I'm going to call that a 20-yard gain, so I think we're at 3. The snap is low, but it's off to Ingram, off the recovery there. That's another 5-yard play on first down for the Ravens. So I think we're about 3 yards short here of some history on Thursday Night Football. Ravens off as is second because the Cowboys are still first somehow.
And, yeah, well, they're first as far as the yardage gain,
Right.
and not obviously because Dak Prescott is playing well, but besides the point, the biggest thing that separates this team apart is just their ability to run the ball strictly from the power eye or from the pistol formation, and hardly many teams have been able to stop it this year.
Jackson with a smooth release out here to Willie Snead gets that one for about another 15-yard gain, and the Ravens pick up another first down as they approach the red zone here on their first drive. I gotta say that it's become a problem for New England, the Patriots, that a good Baltimore team is a problem.
Yeah, and this is actually pretty interesting seeing Lamar come out and actually be able to get the ball to his receivers. One of the big critiques of him, when there haven't been many critiques of him, have actually that he can't get the ball to his receivers. He's actually only had 250 passing yards the last 2 weeks, but we see here on this first drive, he's been really accurate in getting the ball to where it needs to go.
The friendly zebras there halting the play and asking for a reset of the play clock. That was odd. I believe they usually see the refs do that if there's a substitution where one side, the Ravens sub in, which means that you have to allow the defense, the Jets, to also sub in, so that it doesn't allow the offensive team basically the advantage of snapping the ball before the defensive team is set and ready to go. However, they didn't look like they reset the play clock there, so the play clock wound down to 0 right before 0, would have incurred a penalty for the Ravens. They end up taking a timeout to save themselves the 5 yards.
And this is actually a really interesting matchup, in my opinion. It actually really goes to see if the Ravens can run the football. The Jets' defense is one of the best run defenses in the league. It'll just be pretty interesting to see if they can actually shut down this Baltimore run game. Granted, it is very different with Lamar Jackson back there. It's not a conventional run game, but the Ravens do have a challenge here.
Believe you got a fullback in here now, and this is going to Jackson. Will he get the record here? And he's going to go off to the sideline. 1 yard, 2 yard, not quite. Oh, he's going to come up a yard short.
And I actually read a statistics today of the top teams that have the highest usage of fullbacks. And believe it or not, it was the 49ers, the Saints, the Ravens, and also the Seahawks. All 4 of them are going to the playoffs currently. And they have the highest usage
New
of
England
fullbacks.
actually has a pretty good fullback usage too, although we've sort of not done that a lot anymore. Lamar Jackson now 1 yard away from tying the rushing record, right? He'd have to get 2 to break it. He's alone here in the backfield, and there it is, complete to the tight end who goes down right at the sticks. There's Andrews for the first down. Ravens now firmly in the red zone at the 15.
And Lamar here is going to be able to expect a lot of these quick passes. You're not going to really see him have that much time in the pocket. Greg Williams, the defensive coordinator for the Jets, he's extremely big on blitzing. He's got 40% of all the plays are actually blitzes. So Lamar's going to be under pressure. He's going to have to use his feet or get the ball out quickly. And he has been getting the ball out very quickly this drive.
It looks like this is actually going to be a 3rd and 1. I misspoke with Ingram here in the backfield. The handoff is to Ingram, and he's met in the backfield, but no! Second effort gets him ahead, and he's now at the 12. Oh my gosh, and he just refuses to go down as 3 Jets take him to the ground. First down for the Ravens, Fran, as you were saying there, though. The Jets defense second in the rush. Almost came up big there, preventing the stop for Ingram. And Ron Vitter, thank you very much for the follow. Thanks for joining the broadcast here on Relive Sports.
And
Also, to kind of like, just to kind of like, break the, just so I can like, break the ice.
And he's now at the 12.
Lamar
Oh my gosh, and he
Jackson
just refuses to go down as 3 Jets take him to the ground. First down for the Ravens, Fran, as you were saying there.
He just already rushed for 27 yards on this drive alone.
Oh, so he did get it. All right, so we have witness history here tonight on Relive, and talking about history, here's Lamar Jackson. He's just going to cut it upfield. Oh, my goodness, he's going to take it to 7. He takes quite a shot there, but he is just fine. Gotta love this kid's game.
yeah,
I mean,
this
like,
is
his.
I just wanted to say that he's built like a running back first and then a quarterback. He's not built quarterback then running back. He's built running back then quarterback.
I mean, his durability is something that really sets him apart from most other quarterbacks. Most of the time, even if there's like nobody around him, they will go down and slide or just like, not even bother taking on contact. But he doesn't really shy away from that. He's a different type of quarterback in that regard.
Touchdown, Ravens!
And there you go with the first drive. With the first drive the Baltimore Ravens are able to get, Mark Ingram is going into the end zone. That's one for the big trust counter.
Also, I don't know about you guys, but I don't like the whole light show that the Ravens have set up.
Yeah,
that was a little odd.
I'm not a fan of when the stadiums turn the lights off when they score.
Yeah, because they're basically
weird.
just... It's been doing that, like, mainly with them and also the Packers. But, yeah. Anyway, besides that, great drive by the Ravens. Great play call by Greg Roman, the offensive coordinator, being able to set up the read option, getting both Ingram and Lamar Jackson going, and it really helped them be able to carve up this Jets defense on this easy touchdown. Ravens up 7-0.
At home, yes, they are. We are going to cut to commercial break. These commercials are controlled by the NFL. It is not us, but we are thankful for the league for allowing us to stream. So we will meet you right back after the commercials. And if you're on the YouTube, we will keep going on the audio here. And so, gentlemen, so Fran, when we did the Cowboys game, when we did the Cowboys game, we did a segment on kickers and their terrible field goal percentage. And yet it felt like this past weekend, every kicker hit their field goals.
Yeah, we got roasted pretty bad.
I almost went back to our tweet and I was like, well, that aged well. Like, I really just wanted to roast ourselves over that segment there.
Well, yeah, but like one big thing about it also was that, they eventually have to start hitting field goals, right? So it was kind of like we set ourselves up for it.
I mean, to say that they eventually have to start hitting field goals is sort of like the gambler's fallacy, right? Like, I'm going to go play blackjack. Like, eventually I'm going to have to win. So, like, but that's not true. Although, I guess reversion to the mean works in both directions. Either that or all the kickers that have been missing are already gone. But oddly enough, the New England Patriots have used a oh wait, I got to make sure I am logged in on this one, and it is correctly logged in. It is online. So hold on. I go ahead, gentlemen. Keep talking about the kickers there for a sec.
Hey, we can talk about anything. You look really young with the
Oh, yeah.
mustache off.
Yeah, well, let's just say that, like, it'd be a little bit better if I had a beard, but yes, kind of miss it, but it's a little bit too much of a chore to try to shape it out and try to make it like little Mama Luigi that's being shown on our stream. I just took a little notice on that.
Yeah,
Pretty...
I know.
No, but going back to the kickers, at least I will say that it's a little bit hysterical of, like, how bad both the kickers of the Patriots have been this year. Like, just consistently every single time.
Did you
I
see
hear
who they
about a new
signed?
kicker being shown.
Yeah.
signed
So
a
they
trick
signed like a
kicker.
trick
They
trick
signed a
kicker.
Yeah.
They signed a trick kicker, yeah. And then, like, with Brett Maher, that dude 360-yard field goals in his career, including like 63-yarder this year, and the dude still leads the league in the most field goals missed. I think he's like has like 10 or so on the year, and it's like
But that's a function of playing for the Dallas Cowboys.
That's true.
Yeah, I mean, that's valid.
Well, there's a whole bunch of like, things that are wrong. Like, they have one of the more talented rosters, but they still are one of the most inconsistent teams. They're not the most inconsistent team in the league thus far, but we'll talk about more of them probably in halftime. Let's focus on the Jets and the Ravens.
Sam Darnold there with the fake manages to get this one out to Montgomery, who's going to go up for about 6 yards on first down. Want to welcome all our viewers out of the commercial break. Welcome back to Real Life Sports, where we're broadcasting or trying to build a sports first community here on Twitch. So if you hang around and enjoy sports, whether that's basketball or football or even the college sports, make sure you drop us a follow and come back to check it out. And so Sam Darnold here on 2nd and 5. Lining up with Bell in the backfield. Fran, you can probably talk about Le'Veon Bell. He was playing for your Pittsburgh Steelers goes for a nice 15-yard run here on 2nd down. Bell coming over from the Steelers to the Jets after a long holdout.
Yeah, and, so this is kind of one of those situations where it's like you got to see, you see an individual kind of hold out on your team the entire time, and then they end up and they leave for more money. And you want them to do well. He's been having an okay season. Get into kind of more of the statistics of it. But here, hold on. Let's have this play go first, and then I can keep my...
Yep, Sam Darnold back to pass. Well protected here. Good time in the pocket. Nice pass out for about 12 yards to his wide receiver there. 16?
So he's actually not been very efficient running the ball, but he's only 49 yards per game and 3.2 yards per carry. He's still one of the best catching backs out of the game. He's got 55 catches for 67 targets for 403 yards. And a lot of people will kind of say this is the line, partially blame. But to be honest with you, Le'Veon Bell is not having a good season, and he is not living up to the money he held out for.
Go back to Pittsburgh.
Yeah, that was Vincent Smith there on 3rd down, being able to convert. Montgomery, unfortunately, gets met rather amicably, I suppose, at the line of scrimmage by the Ravens defender there.
Domata Peko coming out from the was picked up from free agency during the week of the Houston Texans game, and he actually played very, very well for that team. And he's given that better experience and is trying to look himself getting into possibly winning a championship with this team, and they got that type of pedigree to make that.
Darnold here with 3 receivers up at the top, one of them being a tight end, steps back to pass, does manage to, no, incomplete actually on that one. Smith there on the attempted reception, well defended by Peters.
And one of the interesting things actually about Le'Veon Bell is that there's been a lot of talk about the Jets actually possibly trading him. And I'm just, like, for me, from a management point of view, I don't really understand paying someone so much money and then 1 year they play for you and then you kind of give them up and they're not living up to the hype. I think, if anything, it was a testament to the Pittsburgh offense at the time. James Conner was able to slot in and do just as well as Le'Veon. So I think it's more of a testament to the offense and the players that were there, granted, rather than just to the individual.
3rd and 9. Ravens bringing 5. Sam Darnold. Oh, he's down! That is going to be an incomplete pass, however. I do believe that he got that off.
I think the big mistake
I
right
mean,
there, he had the check down. He had the check down
he had the
before
check
it
down
got to him.
wide open. Wide open. He was stepping away when there was like actually like pretty clean protection right at the, as you can see here.
We're going to see it here.
Boom,
So you can
right
see
there.
here, he has like pretty good the protection like going over to his left. He was stepping a little bit more towards like the edge rusher. He had a check down wide open, and unfortunately, you could probably add that to the ghost count. And
yes, chat
Yeah,
is calling
100%.
for the ghost.
100%
And
that's a ghost.
that is a ghost, and that field goal is no good. I thought it went in there for a second, but it ends up short. We got to see if that was blocked, maybe. I don't think the length. Oh, it was. It was absolutely deflected. Great hands there by the Ravens, and the field goal comes up short.
Oh.
So we have saved ourselves with our stats from last week.
I'm not rooting them to miss.
No,
but,
we're not rooting for him to
we're
miss.
not rooting to miss, but come on, man.
It also wasn't his fault. I mean,
Well,
it wasn't his
So
fault.
okay,
it
I have a
wasn't his
question.
fault, but it was his fault.
I have a question for you. When the kick gets blocked, whose fault is it?
I would say it's more so on the kicker, because if you're kicking it that low to the line and it's still within reach, I mean, granted, these guys that are going up the block do have pretty good verticals, and they're at least like 6'5", 6'6", or something like that if they're able to reach up that high. But at the same time, it's like it's really due to the kicker's fault of not being able to get it to enough height and enough power to be able to reach.
You don't think there's no blame on the offensive line?
I mean, you could probably put a little bit of blame on the offensive line because they're the ones who have to block these guys. But at the end of the day, like the only person that you're really going to be looking at on a missed kick, blocked or not, is the person himself. The kicker.
That's fair.
And as chat is screaming for the ghost, chat, we added the ghost has been added. All right, we have an official ghost.
We do have an official ghost.
We have an official ghost scene there for Sam Darnold, and
we should add the ghost for anybody else that is messing up.
Yeah. So does the kicker?
I mean, I was gonna say maybe we can do that for the kicker.
So Nate or Scout, the Bad Bass in chat says it depends on the kicker. Like, what was his longest kick in the sense of if the field goal is actually getting blocked or not?
That is true.
Because I'm pretty sure as you get closer, right, you can
get
kick
higher.
it higher. But as you get farther, your trajectory clearly decreases. It's a lot easier to get a hand up on it.
That is true. Though, I mean,
I still think it's the kicker's fault.
Think about it, I still think it was the kicker's fault because that was under 50 yards, and I think they were, if I remember correctly, they were at least at or a little bit within the 30 yards. So
that was it says the kick was 53. His longest kick is 53, but this was just inside. So on that, welcome back everybody from the commercial break. You're here at Relive Sports. My name is Ritz, joined by Fran and Nate Markley. Lamar Jackson here. Whoa, over the middle! Can't quite get that one to bring down just a little high for his tight end there. And see, we have here the replay that we thought this was blocked, and yes, that was the left pinky and ring finger. There you go.
Yes, and that was Patrick Ricard, who actually, in my opinion, is probably one of the more dual threat type players in the league at this point. He's playing fullback and defensive line, and in the run game, he's an absolute force. People to do power running up the middle for both Lamar and for any of the running backs for the Ravens.
This handoff is to Ingram, who goes right side and just keep going. He gets the first down and about 15 yards more. Ingram.
Trust.
Yeah, big trust. Every time.
I guess we should have a trust counter too.
Okay, so I actually watched a clip on this, and it's been going around since that interview when Mark Ingram was yeah, big trust, Lamar Jackson's gonna be the MVP. It was actually something Lamar Jackson started saying. He came over from Louisville in his freshman and sophomore year of being in the NFL. He was yeah, trust, trust. It's all about trust. And then Mark Ingram made it into big trust.
I see. All right.
So
well, same look here. but they're going to go left with it, and actually, this is the backup running back there, Gus Edwards. So Baltimore running the similar plays out of the looks. I guess the signal of a good offense, right, is be able to confuse you. Same look, widely different play. Defense has no idea which way they're going.
Yeah, I mean, like, really a lot of their ways of ways of going through misdirection, having to, like, sweep out either the receivers or their tight ends and be able to, like, have them lead out, whether it be, like, if it's wide open and being covered, it's a handoff to the running back, or it's Lamar Jackson keeping. So far, this is an obvious pass play.
Nope, but he's actually going to run it, so he's down to the 10.
Lord.
Could it be another touchdown? Oh, he gets... And he decides to spare himself and get out of bounds on that one.
I
Smart.
gotta say, he's unbelievable. Like,
that was
absolutely
crazy.
Also,
this
Mr.
is why we love
in
to call this
chat
game.
Said, are the Ravens going to have over 130 rushing yards by halftime? I think they may have more than that.
They may already probably are going to get there at this point in this quarter.
The Madden rating is probably the only thing I'm a little bit hot about. He's about to break my record, and he's going to take my Madden record too. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, well, I also, speaking of Madden, I was actually going to. He's currently at a 96 overall speed in Madden, which is actually the highest for a quarterback all time. And he's got the X factor of
well, he's going to go to pass for this one. Maybe he's going to show the speed. No, a little sidearm throw. Yes, it is. It is a touchdown to Brown. Wait a sec. No, to Boykin. Sorry. I think I played him in fantasy. I think I got points.
Wow, dude.
Wow,
this is like a shredding we are witnessing right now. This is like not what I expected at all. I thought it would be a little more difficult, but here you can see Lamar Jackson kind of backing up in the pocket, getting himself that time. Or no, this is his run.
Yeah, this is his run.
So this is funny because I feel like we've talked about this on the show before. If you're going to play against Lamar Jackson, you always need a QB spy. But the linebacker is not going to be fast enough to keep up with Lamar Jackson. So what do? You should put like a safety or a cornerback. We actually saw this happen in college. Somebody kept it on. I think it was Joe Burrow. They kept the safety on Joe Burrow the whole time.
Missed!
And he missed that.
Missed the kick!
Oh my
Lord.
Lord.
Tucker!
We recursed the kickers.
That's his third missed extra point in his career, dating back only to last year where he missed his very first one against the Saints.
All right, you were going back to Joe Burrow, and Scout, you had something to say.
Oh, well, okay. Well, you go first on Joe Burrow.
No, I was just making a comparison of this because when they actually were playing him in the SEC championship, they like kept a cornerback or a safety as like the QB spy because the linebacker can't actually keep up with the speed. Does that work to play against Lamar Jackson to always keep a spy, or is losing that like extra person in the box just like a no-no?
Well, I think the biggest thing for a team to actually play defense, and I've done this people to contain Lamar Jackson, which do play contain, play zone, and also have a QB spy in the middle. Whenever you're playing man-to-man, and if you have one singular person trying to go and play QB spy on Lamar Jackson, it's almost impossible. Because even if you think that you got him right into your sights, he will make a move and he'll completely break his ankles, and then he'll take off for at least a 20-yard run because everybody's got their back turned to the receivers instead of keeping their eyes forward towards Lamar Jackson running down against their defense. So, that's the effective strategy, and that's how I would play it when I'm playing against Lamar Jackson. But still, even with that, he can still be a complete game wrecker no matter.
Yeah, I the one thing that is interesting to me is that if the Patriots do end up playing them in the playoffs.
Oh, here we go.
Does Bill Belichick actually have a plan?
Wait. Hold the phone. Does Bill Belichick actually have a plan? Blasphemy! What?
I'm just saying.
Wait, whoa! You would suggest that Bill Belichick would not have a plan. They've already played once.
Yeah, and he didn't have a plan.
No.
It
didn't work.
Anybody has a plan, and I'm telling you, it's I think if they were to play again in the AFC Championship game, that if the Patriots actually do make it to the AFC Championship game, that they will probably be spying probably their fastest defender and probably their best defender, Devin McCourty.
Devin McCourty.
Devin McCourty on Lamar Jackson and try to play contain with Jamie Collins on the outside as well as Kyle Van Noy. So I think that would be the type of strategy that they would do for the next time they play.
The welcome back. Wanted to welcome back all the viewers here coming out. Welcome back to Real Life Sports,
Hey,
where we're the kicker can tackle. There was a nice stiff arm there as well by Smith. So welcome back to all our viewers. Hope you are enjoying the broadcast. We're having a blast here, commentating and witnessing some history with Lamar Jackson and now Sam Darnold. We have so far. Chat has judged that we have seen 3 ghosts. One for the sack on Darnold and one for each of the missed field goal. And apparently the ghosts are keeping the ball out of the field goals things. Yes. So first down run there for about 4 yards brings up 2nd and 6.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I'm pretty sure the main focus of this game is going to be on Lamar Jackson. For all the people who have just walked into this stream, he has currently, broken the historic record held by Michael Vick for most rushing yards in a season. He's already got 52 rush. He only needed 23 to break it, but now he's already got 52, and we're only in the first quarter.
This is a strong here first down run by the Jets. Gets them the first down, and a few yards later, this is by Bell. Keeps the legs churning, so call it first down and 10 here for the Jets. Finding themselves down 13 points after 2 scoring drives by the Ravens.
And just everybody to understand here after this play,
Sam Darnold now under center, motioning over Smith across the formation. Le'Veon Bell deep in the backfield, about 7 yards back. The handoff, no, it's a fake. It's a play action. Darnold looking downfield, and he's going to get his man Smith across the middle. Nice end run. Oh, but he fumbled it, but it went out of bounds. So we might have to review that. I think that was a catch, but there is a flag on the play, so we will check that flag for you all.
I think it was definitely a catch unless the flag brings it back. If you fumble the ball out of bounds after you have possession of it, you'll retain possession and then retrieve it back at the point of where the ball actually went out. But here we'll see the call.
Personal foul by the
offense.
By the defense, by the offense.
By the offense.
So we'll have to see a replay of that.
We'll have to see what it is, but let's see. So. It looks like
what?
It looks like it's an illegal crackback block. I mean, so far, peel back blocks over the offseason were actually deemed illegal in the NFL per the NFL ruling associates. But still, plays like that, I didn't really think it was that bad. But obviously, in the rules, you cannot go lead back and go and hit somebody blindsided.
Rules are rules, but I think he pulled the helmet.
Yeah, I mean, I think the reason he did it was because he thought the guy was going for his quarterback, so he was trying to protect Darnold there. This handoff is to Bell, patiently looking for there, and does manage to pick up 4 yards. Now bring it up 1st and 21. The Jets will have to run a play before the end of the quarter. And, look, we got some Syracuse-Georgetown here on Fox on Saturday.
Just a little food for thought here. Sam Darnold was actually picked 29 spots ahead of Lamar Jackson.
Yes, I feel like Mahomes was down in the draft, right? Because it was Goff and the 2 LA quarterbacks there going out ahead of Mahomes and Jackson here on 2nd and 22. Sam Darnold stepping back to pass, only a 4-man rush, gets his check down here and a few yards. The Ravens playing back, just playing sticks defense at this point. Make sure that they don't get one down. And there's Jamison Crowder. Yes, our boy from Duke. We see the Duke faithful in chat. One of our better receivers while we were in school. Glad to now in his 5th year in the league. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter, with the Ravens up 13-0. Gentlemen, going about as we had predicted.
Yeah,
I mean,
pretty much.
so far it's as going as like as I predicted, and I know we were talking about like how well or how much like the Ravens will actually be effective in the run game against their defense, but so far it's proven to be complete not a problem by any means necessary. They even show that against the Niners and their vaunted defense, and even also the Patriots' vaunted defense themselves. I mean, it's just like they've taken teams that you would deem that probably have a chance of maybe, just maybe, take down Lamar in this very, 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 very stout run offense for the Ravens, but it's proved to almost be impossible because of the dual threat of whether it be handing it off to the back or Lamar keep.
Yeah, indeed. So we never finished that conversation about will Belichick have a plan. So now we're gonna get back to it because I'm fired now I'm triggered about this.
Yeah, because now he's mad about
Yeah.
that.
So I tell you what, like, look, Belichick has it. Hold on. Well, we have a plan, and it's just gonna be like we're gonna play some football, and we're gonna play those 53 guys in the locker room, and we're gonna play some defense. And, yeah. Anyway, so no, it's gonna. The thing is, the reason why it's terrible that we don't have the first seed right now is because if the game was in Foxborough, there would be a higher percentage chance that there would be snow. And by snow, I mean snowing AF, like a lot of snow, all right? Because then if you have 2 feet of snow, blowing winds at 30 miles per hour across Foxborough, plus a stealth drone that is like playing defense, spying on Lamar Jackson, like, controlled by the camera crew on the sideline, then we have a chance. Like, that's the plan. The plan is snow.
Well,
So-
actually, to kind of like go about the whole snow thing, actually, the last time the Patriots even had a snow game, at least like during the playoff, the AFC Championship game, at least, was actually in 2003. That was the last time they had a snow playoff.
You know what? We need some luck, and so does Sam Darnold, who does get that. Down to Crowder. I told you, Duke is all over the place, and he's down by the 20, the 15, the 10. What a pass on third down. Goodness, that was amazing. Sam Darnold buying time there with the bootleg. Gets it out to Crowder. Nice play here. What did you see on this one? How did he get so open?
Well, as you can see, they're doing a little slide protect right for Sam Darnold. Like, there's a blitzer coming up on the edge. It was actually Marlon Humphrey. It was coming. Jamison Crowder was actually trying to keep the play alive as Sam Darnold was actually looking downfield, and he just saw the corner of his eye opening up right down the middle, was able to make the catch and make a huge run out of it. Huge play by Jamison Crowder.
Ooh, Le'Veon Bell there on first down, manages 4 yards as his lineman Lewis basically picks him up and just carries him down. Great team effort there on that one. Now Jets firmly in the red zone here, or firmly inside the 5 even, threatening the Ravens defense here on this one.
And gotta give Sam Darnold some credit here. He's actually been playing better of late. In the last 5 games, he got 9 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. So he's finding receivers. He's making better decisions comparative to the kind of start of the season, which was a lot worse for him.
Jets here at the 4 with Sam Darnold in the backfield. Receiver bunch formation down to the right. What are we going to see here, Nate? What are we going to see? Sam Darnold down to the right, and it's a whoa! He drops it. Crowder.
Oh, add that to the ghost fact. I mean,
what?
Yeah, add that one to the ghost.
Oh my god. That
Wait, I was just. Oh my! I should
they
quit.
Completely had miscommunication on the bunch formations. They were trying to go and switch off on which defender was supposed to be covering whom, and Jamison Crowder was not any of the players that were picked up. He was wide open in the corner. They were trying to run a spot con on that second down play.
So bad.
It should have been an easy completion and a touchdown, except obviously he's left in ghosts, people. So fortunately now it's third down, people.
See, now the problem is after singing his praises, I look like an idiot. Sam Darnold here on third down. Yes! Crowder again, who may have just redeemed himself from the ghost. Oh, then the tiptoeing on the sideline. It's called a touchdown here for the Jets. We'll have to review it here on the
we're
camera
gonna have to see
angle.
that one again.
Yeah, we'll have to see that one.
I
Again.
don't know.
Yeah, for sure. But that was actually a really,
There's
really
this.
good throw.
There's the catch. There's the left. There's the right. Does he control it? Does he control? Oh!
Yes, he
Touchdown.
does.
It's a
Yeah, that's a touchdown. That was a really, really great make-up play for Jamison Crowder, and a really great,
he's got
really great throw actually by
He
Sam.
does. Well, so does the ball move though when it touches the ground?
You know, I'm not really sure.
They called it a touchdown on the field. They won't overturn it.
They called a touchdown on the field, and looking at it from here, 2 feet down with control, going down to the ground.
Yeah, he's
the ball doesn't.
Yeah, he's got it. He's good. This should.
He had the arm on it. The ball can move, or at least it can hit the ground, but as long as it's in control, and it looked like it was completely in control. Good throw, good catch, touchdown.
Yeah, definitely a catch.
Yes, you guys are absolutely right. Okay, so we're gonna not give him the ghost, or are we gonna keep the ghost?
Yeah, we're giving him the ghost.
We're still giving.
We're still giving him the ghost.
He
All right.
dropped a wide.
He dropped a wide open touchdown. Oh my god!
Literally handed to him.
Yeah, you know, that's funny. It's like, I kind of like it. I mean, I think it's hilarious how there are players out there that will make the craziest catches with guys over their back, but they will drop the most wide open pass. Like, for example, Julio Jones a couple years ago, wide open against the Panthers on a 4th down play, and he just dropped it.
It's too easy. You get nervous.
Yeah, you think it's like way too easy. You think like, you know, don't mess this up, and then comes out like a greased pig.
You see a ghost and you get nervous, and then, you know, that's it. It's over. All right, so actually through these commercials, we can probably talk about some of the topics that we were going to talk about in the pre-show. Because our halftime is going to be jam-packed with an absolutely hype segment that these guys have no idea about, and they're totally unprepared, and it's going to be awesome because their reactions are going to be great. All right? So make sure you stick around and tell all your friends to come back and stick around through halftime because we're going to be right here throughout the remainder of the show. All right, Monday Night Football. Eli takes the field against the Philadelphia Eagles and almost pulls off the win.
I mean, to be honest with you on that one, there was nothing more I wanted in the world than Eli Manning to beat the Eagles. I thought it would have been one of the coolest things ever, him being able to be like, yeah, I still got it. I still have the ability. I can still score. But he played really well, honestly. He made a lot of good throws. I don't think at the end of the day it was really his fault they lost. But, I mean, Eli's still Eli. Still made a few mistakes here and there.
Yeah, I mean, he still made some mistakes, but I mean, it's also been kind of like a little bit of the same position that that Daniel Jones was in as well. But the whole entire season, they've been absolutely lacking as far as offensive talent besides Saquon Barkley and Evan Ingram and such. But you know, he's had a very, very lackluster receiving core, but still has been able to make the most out of him. And I was kind of like with you on what you said, Fran. I was thinking that if he was able to go in and win this game after missing the majority of the season due to lackluster performances and being benched, that would probably one of the better redemption stories of the season. And unfortunately, that didn't happen because you know, they didn't capitalize offensively, and the defense absolutely fell apart in the 4th quarter when they hold firm. And left Zach Ertz wide open in the end zone to end the game.
I suppose it worked out for me because I had Zach Ertz on my fantasy team and I actually won, which at this point I'm basically just trolling because I have like the worst record in the entire fantasy league, and I'm just knocking off people at the top by, like, you know, doing the whole like win even though you can't. So yeah. Anyway.
Didn't the playoffs already start?
I think they may start this week for my league. I'm not sure. I'm like so out of it. We wanted to welcome all those viewers back here into Relive coming out of the commercial break. Welcome back to Relive Sports, your home for all things sports on Twitch. If you'd like to see more sports, whether that's Thursday Night Football, the NBA G League, or the National Basketball League of Australia, and of course USA Basketball over the summer, make sure you drop a follow. So the Ravens back at it here on offense, and a nice little run there on first down to keep the second down manageable. But we do have a game here early in the second quarter after the Ravens scored on their first 2 drives of the game. The Jets managed to come back, score down the field, and some nice passing by Sam Darnold to bring them back within a touchdown here. Jackson with Ingram in the backfield. Ingram with the handoff. No, he doesn't. He fooled me, and he basically fooled the Jets defense as Jackson goes along the outside for a nice run of about 10 yards.
Man,
I don't know how you defend that.
I don't know how. It's like you have to have like, every single
Yeah.
player be running like a 4-4 to be able to keep up with this guy. But
I don't
as you
really
can see, they're
understand
running
it.
yeah. I mean, as you can see, they're running a simple play. The defender on the edge he actually read it pretty well. He stood at home. He didn't go rush in to go in, take in on Mark Ingram. But Lamar Jackson still kept it and was still able to outrun number 93 because he's just that much faster than everybody in the field.
And this is the backup running back here, Edwards, for 2 yards as Snead comes across the formation. We saw a good game out of Snead last week, I believe. At least a touchdown there towards the end.
This is the odd part too, because the Jets do have the best. I mean, they give up the fewest yards per carry, fewest yards per on the ground in the league. It's just odd. Like, not even the best run defense can get anywhere near this rush attack from the Ravens.
Yeah, can get anywhere near Lamar Jackson, and now with an empty backfield, Jackson decides to change the play, gets this one to his tight end Hurst, who goes out and manages to manages to convert for a first down. Mr. Badbath here in chat saying you have to play with a QB spy, and then the DBs need to hold the edge and force him back inside. So they're allowing him outside.
That's pretty similar to what we kind of like.
Oh, defensive ends, yeah.
It's kind of what we said before with how you have to have the QB spy on him at all times, but I don't really. I don't see the Jets doing that at all.
Yeah, I mean, so far, it's been basically them trying to, play zone, play man-to-man, but no QB spy. Nobody really keeping contained on the ball.
Except
so far,
there on that one, but he goes to air it out. Interference.
That has got to be that is
Interference.
definitely a flag right there. Yeah,
That is going to be
the
interference
Mike
in the end zone.
linebacker,
It's not where a
Neville Hewitt
linebacker should
actually.
be.
Yeah, the linebacker was actually playing at Tampa too. As you can see, he's going in. He's coming in from the slot, trying to cover downfield on Marquise Brown,
What is he doing?
aka Hollywood Brown. But he basically tackled him, didn't look back for the ball. Yeah, I mean, as you can
I
circled
really
on the
just don't
screen.
understand what goes through someone's mind when the ball hasn't even gotten to the receiver and they're tackling them.
I mean,
I
it's
just
like
don't
It was a
Yeah,
touchdown, I think.
Yeah, this would have been a touchdown because,
Look, he starts tackling him before he even knows
he
the ball's
tackled
there.
him right before here, and let's see here. This is going to be a play
Touchdown.
fake, and this is a touchdown.
Yes, touchdown for Andrews if you got a fantasy team. There's 6 points for you as the light show keeps going on at M&T Bank Stadium there in Baltimore.
Trust, they're all doing it.
Trust.
The big trust, baby.
We got another big trust moment here as we see the replay. Walk us through this play, Nate.
Yeah, so they're just simply running a little power eye play action fake, and Mark Andrews is coming out and playing a little corner concept out on the right, and he's just running wide open. They bid on the play fake, and Lamar just was able to easily see him. Touchdown Raven, and so far
They're going for
proving
two.
once again. Oh, they're going for two.
They're thinking about it. Oh, Lamar's saying something. Wait, the touchdown doesn't what?
Hold on.
Oh, wait a second. They're talking about this means eligibility. They're saying he was not an eligible receiver? Hold on.
Hold on. We totally missed that. I totally missed that at least.
Why would he not be an eligible receiver?
Hold on. We'll turn up the game audio here for a sec.
What?
Oh,
So
I think it's because they said that there was an illegal ineligible man downfield. The left tackle was going downfield without even actually be eligible, but it
doesn't quite matter.
Doesn't quite matter?
Nope. 1 yard line. Yeah,
it's
so
1
so
yard
the
short.
explanation there was that 70 was on the line of scrimmage but had not reported. And so it was, Nate, as you were saying, it was an illegal formation there.
Kind of
Yeah.
weird.
Yeah, well, it wasn't exactly a legal formation. It was actually just illegal, ineligible man down. The way
Okay.
you're actually eligible, obviously, is if you go to the referee and say that I'm reporting eligible, and that way, if you are eligible, you can go beyond a yard or so downfield. But if you're ineligible, you have to be within a yard, or else they're going to call the play. They're going to call.
Second and goal here in the power I formation. Oh,
Whoa,
goodness.
whoa,
Jets just
whoa,
come
whoa.
right on over. But this
Whoa.
may be a false start. The Jets are petitioning for a false start. Everyone's pointing at them. Look at that. Look at that. Now Anderson he's actually literally pointing at him. Oh, looks like the Jets and refs there just shook hands. But no, they're actually going to call this on the defense.
Didn't work out for that guy. Well, they're offside.
Nobody made a jump.
Moved.
Nobody made a jump on
Nobody
the line,
moved.
on the offensive line for the Ravens. Yeah, it was just like a matter of cadence. Steve McClendon, former Pittsburgh Steeler, he bid on it, and it's not really like him because he's a 10-year vet. Should have known better, be able to not stay off sides like that. Fortunately, got to him, and
Well,
they
okay.
do it
So
again?
here's the thing. Here's the
Doing it
thing. It doesn't matter because you're going to only go half the distance to the goal, and there is no half the distance to the goal at this point. So basically, they're trying to jump the snap count to get penetration into the backfield to cause a negative play. But they're jumping early. But I think that's the premise here, right?
may I suggest that we probably add the defensive line to be
Seeing ghosts. Yeah.
He moved.
It's like, yeah, Marshall Yonda is coming in. He's saying that you're moving. I mean, number 94, I don't know how to say his name, but 94, he's going in and he is absolutely jumping the line. I mean, so far, it's just been like, just trigger.
All right, let's try it again. Third time's a charm. Lamar Jackson fake, and he gets this one across. It's a double catch to Andrews, but I do think it is in.
He will get his touchdown now.
It's going to be a touchdown.
And we get some big trust.
We got big trust, but whoever has epilepsy, you better leave the stadium. I'm sorry.
All right.
Anyway, yeah.
I'm not a fan of the Lights show.
Yeah, I'm not really a fan of the Light show. But anyway, yeah, this is almost like the same exact play, except they just do a little play fake to the left. Mark Andrews goes to the flat, has linebacker match up against him one-on-one, Neville Hewitt, who was actually the player who was called on that pass interference to set him up at the 1 yard line. And he boxed him out, kind of like a basketball player. Good throw, easy pitch and catch, and touchdown Ravens. And it looks like they're going to be going for 2 here to make it 21-7 possible.
Yeah, so the Ravens are going to
try
to make up for the missed kick that was blocked by the Ghost. And yeah, so we got 2 receivers down at the bottom, fullback and Mark Ingram here. We got and another flag. It's a flag fest. It's officially a flag fest.
What is this again? Again on them?
They're saying 12 men on the field. Oh my lord.
But this is when it matters because you're on the 3, right?
We weren't able to get
closer.
Ladies and gentlemen, just kind of say we did not get to do any predictions, but before we even did this broadcast, I predicted the Ravens by like 40 or something like that. I'm sorry, but I'm just gonna say, but.
Well, at this rate, we may never get to the fourth quarter.
He said we were going to blow them out.
I said there was going to be a blow.
And they reset the formation, and this one goes to Ingram, who's going to walk right into the end zone as if it was his own living.
And let's get it again. Big trust.
Let's go. And the light show killed again.
So So Mr. Bad Bass saying the refs are throwing ghosts all over the field. actually, you remember you're a kid in Halloween and you like fill those little bags with leaves, and they're like in the shape of ghosts, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
You know the ones I'm talking about.
I know
That's
what you're
like
talking
a flag.
about.
That's like one of the flags. Oh my goodness. That's a good call out from chat. Thank you. Appreciate everybody hanging out here in chat. We realized that was a bit of an odd sequence there. The touchdown to Andrews getting called back by the refs for an illegal formation on the part of the Ravens. They replay it. They end up getting the touchdown to Andrews anyway. The 2-point conversion is good. And now here we are, 21-7 in about 5 minutes into the second quarter. All right, we were discussing before we went back to the game, we were discussing Eli and Carson Wentz and basically saying how much of an amazing redemption it would be. I guess the question I want to pose to you guys is, what do the Giants do going forward? I mean, does Eli retire to just make the decision easy? Like, what happens here?
Well, if you allow me to add,
Yeah.
I will say that they should definitely do 2 or 3 things. I think that they need to definitely, focus in on trying to upgrade the defense. That's the number one priority because they arguably had one of the 2 or 3 worst overall defenses in the entire NFL. Second, they need to go and upgrade their receiving core because so far, having Golden Tate being your primary option and having Evan Ingram be in and out of the lineup isn't gonna cut it through. They need to upgrade their offensive line. Also, biggest thing I will say, they need to fire Pat Shurmur because so far a 7-win record overall is not gonna cut it. And honestly, it has not been an upgrade from what they had previously with their former head coach. I keep forgetting what his name was, but yes, it's just I think they need to do a complete overhaul in the coaching and as far as talent wise on both sides of the ball.
So I completely agree with you. I think on that side of the ball, Daniel Jones is not going to be a star quarterback next year. He's probably not going to be a star quarterback the year after that either. Probably the 4th or 5th season he'll get to his actual potential. I think this is the time where you can shore up the defense, make sure the defense is there while your quarterback is getting better and improving.
The Jets, Montgomery here bringing it out to the 26. Welcome back, everybody coming out break. Welcome back to Real Life Sports. We're bringing you here the Jets-Ravens game live on Real Live, where we do all things sports. We're calling live games. We're also doing reactions and commentary on games that we're not allowed to broadcast. So make sure you drop a follow if you want to come back for more NFL and NBA action. Darnold now at the 26-yard line. By the way, I told everybody when the whole Danny Dimes thing was going on, I was like, you know what, guys? I saw Daniel Jones at Duke for 4 years. I don't really know about this. And nobody believed me. So maybe, yeah.
Yeah, and that obviously definitely quickly died out after the first 2 games that he had played, because after they had played the Vikings and
Tampa Bay.
onward, he went from Danny Dimes to I don't even know what kind of new nickname to give him, but he's becoming basically the turnover machine. He's almost like Eli.
Yeah, it was pretty much Duke, yeah, too. So, yeah, okay, in any case, now back to the Jets game here. The handoff is to Bell, who goes left side, patiently waiting, and brought down there by Pecco,
By
right?
Patrick Onaswar. Osawar, yeah. I've never been able to pronounce his name because it's spelled different, but yeah.
I thought Pecco was in there for that tackle as well.
And it's actually kind of funny here. There's a lot of the Jets players have actually played for the Ravens before. You have Alice Lewis, Ty Montgomery, Maurice Candy, Bennett Jackson, Brandon Copeland. It's like 5 players that are all ex-Ravens. So it's pretty interesting to see the just kind of always going back, playing your old team, going back to your old home.
Hashtag hidden stats. Timeout here called by Sam Darnold as the play clock was running out. You don't want to make 3rd and 12, so they figure they will burn the timeout to keep it at a 3rd and 7. Yeah, before that was Fran giving you the hidden stats of the game. I'm sure you've got like 3 or 4 more in there.
Yeah, well, also I want to at least add with this. It's kind of interesting of how well the defense have been playing despite even losing some key players from free agency and also from a couple in through injury. Like Tony Jefferson, he's out for the year with an injury. But Chuck Clark is coming in and playing very well for him. Zadarius Smith left for the offseason. Same with Terrell Suggs. And so far, Matthew Judon and Ferguson, number 45, is actually playing very well at the pass rush position for them. And Joshua Bynes is playing very well, number 57, their Mike linebacker, filling in for the Pro Bowl middle linebacker who is actually on the Jets, C.J. Mosley. And so far, they're paying dividends to side told of lot.
Gets it out quickly, and this has a chance, and yes, it does to Smith on the outside to the 50, to the 45, to the 40. Oh, goodness. Another on a 3rd and 7. The Jets managed to convert after Sam Darnold gets it out, beats the blitz. Ravens can't make the open field tackle. Great, just a great play here by Smith.
Yeah,
Carr
they
comes
just
up short.
run like a simple, basic wide receiver screen, and as you can see, Brandon Carr, number 39, he's coming in to make the tackle, trying to go and blow up the play on Smith. But Smith breaks the tackle, he gets on through and was able to pick up a first down and also gain an extra 15 or so more yards after the catch. So great play call, great play by Smith.
Oh, careful there on the left-hand side. Darnold manages to get this one off to Anderson. It's good for about a 5-yard completion. Nicely done. So the Jets managing to move the ball despite the Raven with their, league-leading defense here.
Well, the Ravens, you could basically expect them to blitz most of the time. They actually kept Josh Allen last week 17 and 33. They had 6 sacks and 12 hits on him, which is actually a ton. It was brutal game for Josh Allen to wake up on Monday, and he definitely probably felt that one.
Yeah, by the way, they also lead the league in percentage blitzing with 60.
That there is to Montgomery, who gets 4 yards on 2nd down, so bring up 3rd and short. And the Bits cheers are popping off in the channel. You got Monty Cheese with cheering the Bits, Mr. Bad Bass with the Pog Champ cheers.
The Bits.
Yes, beautiful. Thank you, everybody, for joining. I appreciate all the support here as we bring you the Jets Ravens live on Thursday Night Football live on Twitch. Full send. All right, on 3rd and 1, deep in the backfield is Bell, who gets the handoff going left. Oh, and he's stopped. Wait, no, second effort manages to get him across the line, or does it?
I think so.
No, I don't even think he got even close. No, they completely.
Yeah.
No, actually, now I see the signal here. It looks like that they just gave him the first down.
They gave him the first down.
I think it was a very, very favorable spot because it didn't even look like it came up close.
This
You
is
can
definitely
see
it's going to
Got the
happen
right
on
angle.
a second effort. Oh, he gets underneath, maybe. Look, Pecco here goes in for the 2 Ravens swarm above him, and he does get in underneath. Low man ends up winning.
I don't
Thank
know.
you.
I
I
didn't know where the
honestly
ball
don't.
is.
I don't believe that.
Yeah.
I think they could have.
I don't think he got that. I have no idea where the ball is.
In any case, he's now here on 1st and 10 from the 30. Oh, just plowing over Ravens down to the 25. So Jets still managing to move the ball nicely. Money Cheese, thank you for the Norwal in chat. 5 Norwal snow walls, I think they're called. I can't remember what that emote is.
That looks like a snow wall and snow.
A snow wall, yeah.
Snow wall.
Snow
Yeah,
wall.
we'll go.
Yeah,
with
that's
that.
good. Yeah. Excellent with the snow walls there. 2nd and 5 here for the Jets with Bell once again back in the backfield, and the handoff is to him again. He's got it running going here. 2 more yards. Give Bell 2 more yards.
Earl Thomas on the tackle right there, and as you can see, actually, I've noticed this a lot with the Raven uses Thomas defensively. They've been putting him a lot more to the line of scrimmage this year than he's ever really been doing throughout most of his career. He's usually in the deep center, middle of the field, playing sideline to sideline at the free safety spot. But he's been put into the box, doing a lot of blitzing and a lot of heavy, dirty duty up against the run. And he's actually showing his overall versatility. And
82 across. Sam Darnold, come on! Thank you.
He was so open. the whole time.
I mean, wait, but this is crazy. I'm just like sitting here watching my screen and like I here. Oh
He was so
goodness.
open, and that
He
this
was
is pretty interesting. He's actually almost like he's not picking apart the defense here, but Earl Thomas. You have Earl Thomas back there. You have Chuck Clark. You got Marcus Peters, Marlon Humphrey. All four of them have coverage grades in the top 20 in the NFL. So it's pretty surprising being able to see them get this much movement on passing.
Jets set up now in the red zone. 1st and 10. Look, time of possession actually in the favor of the Jets. If the Jets do manage to score here, we do have a nice game one-on-one there, circled at the top by our friends
Big
at
play.
Fox. Great, that was to Bell. So it's a nice 4-yard gain. So you say they're not really like picking the defense apart. I'm more like he's kind of taking what the defense is giving him, to be honest.
Yeah, I would agree
Good.
with that, but also there's been a few plays that they've broken for a lot more yards than I would have expected with like a first missed tackle or getting by the defense. But he is taking what the defense is giving him, so got to give him credit to that.
Yeah, particularly he's also like been making pretty good tight throws, even though like the receivers have been covered, like on that touchdown that we saw, and he's
The handoff this time to Bell doesn't go past beyond the line of scrimmage, so we're going to bring up 3rd and long. We have seen the Ravens 3rd and long plays bring the blitz, bring a 5th, bring a 6th defender. Sam Darnold on this drive earlier beat the blitz to be able to get the ball out and convert on 3rd down. Let's see if he can do it again.
yeah. And
See,
honestly,
there you go.
I think that this is going to be something they really need to. They need to do. I mean, they need to definitely convert on this drive because so far the Ravens offensively have not been able to get stopped on their defense. And Sam Darnold, with as efficient he's been playing, he needs to be able to prove up on this 3rd down, people to keep the game within reach.
Going across to number 17, and it is complete, but it's all kind of come up short, about 2 yards. I think, gentlemen, they need the points.
Yeah, but I don't know because I don't think you can keep up with the Ravens' offense.
Yeah, I
Fair
mean,
point.
as I was like saying, it's like
I
I
don't
think
know.
that they need to be able to play point per point, touchdown per touchdown, within this game, people to even have a chance. I
He's
mean,
going for
as
it, yeah.
like we're noting, they are going for it. So we'll
Here
see
we
what
go.
they call up here.
This is it, Chet. Get excited. All right, Montgomery deep in the backfield. Will he just try to draw them off sides and use a timeout? There's actually that we are going to go to the 2-minute warning. That will cause a timeout in play. Stick around. Be right back after the ad here. And we will keep going through that for the folks listening on the audio. So, all right, break down the math for me here, though. Grant, you said you got to basically go touchdown for touchdown with the Ravens. Field goals aren't going to win you the game.
If they would have made the first field goal and they'd be at 10 points and then they kick it again, they're at 13. I would say that's okay. But I think at this point you're almost down too far. You know you're not really going to be able to keep up with the offense. And Lamar Jackson's, I mean, they are shredding the defense. Like every single possession, I'm pretty sure they've scored on or have at least attempted a field goal. So I don't think you really have much of a chance to be able to just kick the field goal here. If you had hit the field goal at the beginning, yes, I think you would kick the field goal. But now, I think it's tough. What do you think, Nate?
Yeah, I honestly think that with how the defense has been playing for the Jets and also people to keep them within range. I mean, as I mentioned, I think they need to be able to take as many chances as possible, and because so far especially since Jamal Adams, their starting all-pro safety, is actually out. They need all the help they can get. So taking the points is not really going to get it done because if you just you're just going to see the defense get completely shredded apart as we've been seeing throughout this whole entire first half. And I don't really see it changing going forward. So if they're able to convert and be able to score a touchdown, they will definitely have a better chance. If they settle for 6, or if they don't convert, this game seems to be going to completely be a runaway.
So we were talking earlier, how do you beat Lamar Jackson? I'll give you one. You keep him off the field.
Yeah, it's interesting you say that because I think the 49ers had the recipe to beat him. They did it in very bad conditions, but they kept it somewhat close. But I think that was the team that The 49ers are a run first team. They're going to run the clock on you. They're going to make it difficult, and they're going to keep the ball away from your quarterback. I think they were the ones closest to somewhat of a formula to beat him.
All right, coming back to the game. Welcome back, everybody. Coming out of break, it is 21-7 Ravens with the Jets threatening here in just outside the 5-yard line with 4th and 1. A decision here early in, well, at late in the second half, but could definitely swing one way or the other here in the game. The Jets brought it down to the 2-minute warning, and they will go for it. Darnold with Le'Veon Bell back in the backfield as Smith comes across the rotation, and they're going to bootleg Darnold out. He's being chased out, and he's going to float it up. Oh, and it's going to be blocked. No, it's no good.
I don't like that play call.
Yeah, I didn't like that play call at all. Honestly, I mean, they're trying to run a bootleg play against zero blitz, and they have a one-on-one matchup between Robbie Anderson and arguably their best corner, Jimmy Smith. And everybody was completely locked up. They had rushers go up the field against him, put pressure in his face. I didn't really like that play call, and obviously turnover on downs on the red.
You know they're going to blitz, so you know you have like under 2 seconds to get the ball out.
Yeah, and also
that's not the right play.
Yeah. Also, the big thing too is that I think when you can tell when they're blitzing, you can tell when it's cover zero. If everybody's within 5 or 10 yards, within the line of scrimmage, past the line of scrimmage, they're gonna send pressure. They're gonna send guys off the edge, guys at the middle, and it's really up to having the right play call to be able to protect against that and be able to get the ball out quick. So I think having to do that bootleg really, really hurt them. If they had simply played it shock and try to throw slants or whatnot inside, you would have a greater chance than having to do a bootleg pass or even just a sweep run, because that's going to get completely blown up like we just.
Yeah, correct. And then once you do those type of bootlegs too, you're basically cutting the field in half, or in that case, pretty much in a third, because they were on the right hash mark. So you made the field way smaller, and if you're getting blitz like that, you're giving yourself less space and your receivers way less space to actually operate. So I've always questioned the bootleg calls so close to the end zone like that. When you know the blitz is coming, the Ravens, as you said before, blitz 60%. They're gonna blitz you on 4th and 1.
They're gonna blitz you, exactly. Also,
their corners are good enough. They'll be fine.
Is that when you do a bootleg pass, you're just allowing the defender to go in and either converge on the run or go to the passer. And, you're going to allow more time, when you're trying to hold on to the ball, do the motion, and you're trying to set up the pass, you're going to have a guy run in your face. And, that's just going to completely blow it up. And if it were me, if I were what's his name? Adam Gase, I would have probably called max protect and try to do a pick play.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was the analysis, the deep dive by our co-casters here. Beautiful insights as the Ravens come back, as we come back out of the timeout. Wanting to welcome back all the viewers here at Real Life Sports. And the Ravens are going to start at their own 7, given that it is a turnover on downs with 1:50 to go and 2 timeouts. And here's the replay. As you said, Smith, one of their best corners, just gets a hand in there, and that's a clean play.
Yeah, it did look like a little bit clean. Right there, he did have a little bit of an arm around on his waist, but
little hug,
a little bit of a hug, yes, but it didn't really impede the route, and he got there to be able to break up the pass at the last moment.
It's Christmas season. I think I give it to him.
It wasn't bad enough. I don't think it's fine. No call. No PI.
Timeout here. If you're the Jets, however, you just stopped. You just got to play for a loss. I would definitely call it timeout to see if you be able to force the Ravens to kick this back to you, and the Jets do. So once again, they do manage to listen to me from about 5,000 miles away. Yeah, and this is the little coming up at the half here for Fox. For those of you listening in on the channel, make sure you stick around. We'll run our own little halftime show here. We've got stuff to review. We've got an exciting segment. Tell all your friends, tell your parents, tell your girlfriends, tell your ex-girlfriends. And Yeah, if you're on speaking to them or not, it's up to you, kind of thing. All right, 3rd and 4. If the Ravens manage to convert, they kind of kill the chances here of the Jets for the remainder of the half. Ravens, though, I would think would come out aggressive here. They do have 2 timeouts, and they have Lamar Jackson. So why would you not be aggressive? Who currently has more rush yards than pass yards? As Fran was saying, running back first, and he's going to number 81. No, that throw is an errant throw trying to get Andrews, but actually just played into the hands of the Jet because that throw is going to stop the clock.
Yeah, I think the Ravens are very confident that their defense is going to stop them, and I don't think they think the Jets can do anything. Because I don't think why else would you have that play call? Could be wrong.
Yeah, and
Coke here punting from his own end zone, seeing if he could at least or flip field position. It is 4th and 4. The Jets cannot jump off sides. It would have triggered first down if they did, so they can't sell out for that one. However, this is not going to be fair caught. It is going to be returned to the 40, to the 45, to the 50, the 45 on the other side. Nice little run back there. The Jets special teams have actually shown themselves to play quite well tonight.
Yeah,
Multiple
really
kick returns.
Run-backs.
Yeah, they've had really good run backs here. Ooh, Lamar Jackson there going down. But stick around after the commercial break, or actually stick with us as we talk through it. Either way. All right, so if you're the Jets, you got 1 timeout, you got 1:16. You just blew it on 4th down. What are you going back to here?
Probably going to contradict myself here and say you got to go for a field goal or get yourself a field goal. I should be 100% honest with you.
So now you want to take the points.
At this point, yeah.
At this point, yeah. The last thing we really need to do is get fall behind. I mean, actually, if you had mentioned about it, if they had actually settled for the field goal on the last drive and they probably were able to do a field goal on this drive, they would actually still, by that point, mathematically still be within a 1-score game,
right,
as opposed to 2. So, I mean, I would still say for myself, go for the touchdown to keep up with them. Oh wait, they're not going to get the ball at half. But yeah, it's go for the touchdown. But at this point, definitely take the points when you get the chance.
Who gets the ball
first? The Ravens will start the second half with the ball. The Jets were on offense first.
That's not good.
Yeah, so the Ravens, although for all that we've been talking about New England is always the one that tries to double up when they get the ball there in this sort of situation where you'd have the ability to score at the end of the half and then you come back and get the second half kickoff. New England is notorious for doubling up on teams, and that's really when they just sort of blow games open. Ravens here really didn't look that aggressive. Bands with Legends, welcome back to the stream. Good evening to you. Good evening, and good evening to everybody hanging out with us here on Real Life Sports this evening. We are streaming the NFL's Thursday Night Football, and we will, which is actually the final Thursday night game of the season. It is not quite halftime. We have 1 Jets drive to go prior to the half, and then we will have our halftime special. We will have some reactions. We got some prepared content for you all. It's going to be hype, and we'll also be making some predictions. And so as we come back here with about a minute to go in the second, I expect the Jets to come out firing. The worst thing that you could do at this point is make a mistake and pick six thing.
That's the last thing you want to do here. Do not do that.
Yeah.
Do not do that.
I mean, they need to get the ball quick. Sam Darnold needs to actually make the right throws and the right reads right here. Not mess this up there. Great field position on the 41-yard. See if they can make through with it.
There's the play action here to Bell, who's going to go out into the check down by Darnold once more. Oh, he's going to open man. Oh, he doesn't get those. Smith just overthrows him. Oh. Mr. Badbass, we almost had 200 bits. If the Jets had scored, that would have been it. The Jets come for it all off the wheel route here. Oh, my goodness.
I mean, as you can see, they're doing a little motion wheel out to number 16, Smith. He's going down wide open. Marcus Peters, he's looking back to the backfield. He's thinking that there's probably something or that Sam Darnold was about to throw early. He lets him go right behind, and Sam Darnold just missed him.
Franny
Huge
is
opportunity
still
for a big
in
play for a
shock.
touchdown.
Yeah.
Fran is still speechless.
And you got picked 28 above Lamar Jackson. Like, give me a break.
Oh, you
Jeez.
can't
I mean,
miss
granted,
that.
that's not even their number 3 or 4 receiver on the depth chart, but still, he was wide open.
Wide
should
open.
not have
Yeah,
missed him.
you just gotta hit him.
Wow. All right. So on 3rd and 4, there it is. The bootleg trying to move to their left-hand side, and it's back to Crowder for the Blue Devils. Yes.
Jeez,
Going for the
man.
first down and manages to get it out of bounds. 29 seconds left. The Jets do still have a timeout. Chat's
they're trying to
chat's
run like a little. They're trying to do a little RPO action to Bell, and he's going over from his right to his, and he sees Crowder doing a little one-on-one matchup against Marlon Humphrey, doing a little out route to the sideline, and was wide open right there, and was able to get a pretty good pickup. And now they're at the 25.
A field goal from here would be at the 42-yard line. Ravens rushing 4. Jets do still have time. Oh, there it is! There's the interception!
Oh my lord!
Oh my goodness! The Ravens taking it the other way. However, oh, and it goes down. Intercepted by Clark.
You've got to be kidding me.
God, we cursed it. I almost feel bad.
What is he throwing it to?
Add that
Ghost!
to the ghost counter,
Ghost!
sir.
Ghosts.
Add that to the ghost. Yes. I don't know what just happened here, but I'll just say.
The jerseys are
Well,
very
let's look
different.
here. Yeah, they're very different. I mean, I'm guessing he's trying to throw it out to number 87 here, Griffin.
He is.
He's running a little corner post. A corner go route on the linebacker 51. He doesn't see it. He completely thinks that he's going over to the corner still, and he goes up to the go. Instead, he throws it down low and throws it right to Chuck Clark, who, as you mentioned, was several Ravens players who are on the top 20 in terms of coverage on the season for the NFL and PFT.
So is that the tight end's fault?
Honestly, I mean, I think that's just a miscommunication by both. I would definitely,
Because it seemed like they were going to end up the wide receiver and the tight end were going to end up in the same spot in the end zone, which is not what you want.
Either way, honestly, even the tight end were to have still been running to the corner, I still think it probably would have still been intercepted because he threw it right to Chuck Clark.
All right, and that is the end of the second half. Sam Darnold, who had stayed clean throughout that entire half, throws an interception with the Jets on the move. Jets going to go down into the locker room, done by 2 touchdowns, and we are at the half. And here we go. This is what we wanted to bring you, ladies and gentlemen. Here it is. This is we're going to advance. I'm going to advance. Yes. Drum roll, please. Drum roll, please. Mr. Bad Bass, thank you for the 201 bits. Thank you for being part of the community and being part of the channel. He said he'd give 200 if they scored, not 201. We love it. If you're here with us, we appreciate you. Thank you so much. Make sure to drop a follow. We do the live sports co-streams that we're trying to start up this here on Twitch. We're trying to make Twitch a home for live sports. So please go ahead and follow the channel if you'd like to come back and be part of that community. And now we will get to the NFL's not top 5. And okay, this is in no particular order here. So we will talk about these not top 5, and then we will rank them. So you get a chance to react and talk about them, and then we're going to rank them. Okay?
Are you not flapping?
All right. Oh no, I am not flapping right now.
I was about to say.
I got thrown into a Flappy Bird one, so sorry. All right, I'm back. I'm here. I'm here.
All right, so who won the Flappy Bird?
It's not over. I'm still a ghost.
Oh, it's not over. You're still alive.
Yeah, I'm a ghost.
Oh, you're a ghost. Talking about the ghosts that we've seen. All right. We'll finish the Flappy Bird and then we will refocus.
I don't know if anybody else is in this with me.
Hold up. Let me see.
It says 1 out of 2 players, and if whoever's alive, you're incredible at this game.
That's definitely Bands with Legends.
Yeah, it's definitely
Yeah,
bans
it's
again.
definitely gonna be banned.
It's definitely
Because my ghost has died 10 times. If it could die 10 times.
Speaking of Bands with Legends, I'm reading his little comments on the stream chat, and it's saying, "Well, that was he's already projecting like I was saying."
Dude,
It's already
he got
gonna be-
434.
Oh my lord!
Well, I mean, he is the stream, like, you know, he's the stream champion. All right, we're back. The NFL's not top 5. Here we go. The Cincinnati Bengals. These are all teams that we had such high expectations for that it just didn't work out. 1-12 record coming into Week 13, and the hype, of course, is that finally we have a coaching change after failing to win a playoff game for 16 years, and they have the league's worst record.
Well, actually, they haven't won a playoff game, but yeah, the first coaching change comes in after they fire Marvin Lewis over the offseason, and obviously, you know, everybody, especially in Cincinnati, was looking for that to happen. So far, there has been absolutely no difference made to this team with Zach Taylor running the.
It has just been more mayhem for the Cincinnati Bengals there. So,
You know, I don't mean to offend anybody from Cincinnati, but I was talking with a few of my coworkers, and we were talking about teams that we may actually never see win a Super Bowl in our lifetime. And I'm 24 years old, and I said the Cincinnati Bengals. Just saying, never will see them win a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and also, so far, my picks have been like at least like, you know, with two teams have been the Detroit Lions and the Cincinnati Bengals as the two teams to probably never allow me to go see them win a Super Bowl.
Yeah,
like just
never
bar
gonna
none.
happen.
It's never ever gonna happen. I'm sorry, but no.
gentlemen, the next team, one that we have already talked about tonight, the New York Giants. All the hype of Danny Dimes and the new supposed to be the answer for New York for an ailing Eli. After winning his first 2 games, Danny Dimes and the Giants have now lost the last 9 straight.
Yeah, so this is going to be the definition of fake news coming out of New York City. Danny Dimes, everybody got really hyped up for him, and let's be honest here, he wasn't that. I mean, all right, he was okay. He was making some good passes. He was, was getting the ball to where it needed to go. But after a little bit, you watch like 2 games of tape and you can figure him out. It can't be that hard, right? And I think the NFL and the other coaches and defensive coordinators started to figure it out, and they actually just made it hard on him. You always blitz a young quarterback, and he kind of started to disintegrate from there. Overall, I feel bad for Eli. It just kind of stinks winning 2 Super Bowls and then having to get benched. Like I don't know how that feels. I will never know how that feels.
Yeah, I mean, like, I think just so far, the position for the Giants as a whole, both Eli and Daniel Jones, it's just absolutely abysmal. It's been abysmal ever since 2017. But I'm telling you, just seeing from where they were going of, like, you know, having all this hype around Daniel Jones after those 2 games that he had won, to all of a sudden now be at 9 straight games. I mean, this is just showing, like, you know, how poor of a job that Pat Shurmur has done as far as defensively and especially offensively. I know they've had injuries throughout the lineup most of the whole entire season, with Barkley being out with an ankle, Evan Ingram being out with a hamstring, and other players being out as well. But regardless of that, they've been lacking in offensive talent. They've been lacking in efficiency, and they've been lacking in pressure on the defensive side of them. And honestly, I think that for either quarterback, like, they need to be in a better spot, whether it be Eli retiring or Daniel Jones being traded to another team or just getting a new head coach. So honestly, like, this is just an absolutely disappointing period for Giants fans and also for New York fans in general.
And I think Bad Bass said it best. Also in chat, kind of agreed with all of us. They have no quarterback, no defense, no anything. It's time to rebuild from the top down.
No, I don't think I agree with the whole no quarterback thing. they have two good I think they're good quarterbacks. I just don't think they're in a good spot. Just that's how I'll say it.
All right,
Fair.
gentlemen, let's move on to the next one. We have the Arizona Cardinals. After taking the number 1 pick in the draft and having a bit playing essentially a college offense, they have allowed the most QB sacks this season, by far not protecting their most important asset, and have a 3-9 record. Murray just can't stay upright.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, as much as like there is the blame on the offensive line, I think part of it also has to do with Kyler Murray in a sense, because whenever you watch the tape, Murray kind of like tries to do a little bit of this Russell Wilson impersonation and run around and scram, make all these plays by himself. But like sometimes it always kind of like bites him in the butt, run into his own defender. I mean, run into another. But I think like besides like the blunders that they've had offensive and with like how poor they've been playing defensively, I think that they're still relatively exciting to watch in a sense because of Kyler Murray's playmaking ability. Nonetheless, but yeah, regardless, it's not really a good position that Murray's been put in with this offense.
One thing I would have to say, I don't know, I think, enough around this to make a pure judgment on it, but Cliff Kingsbury, brand new coach to the league, was supposed to match up with Kyler Murray, have this incredible offense, mastermind type thing. I really haven't seen it. I don't really understand it completely. Maybe it's something to do with coaching. I mean, I was reading an article before this game, and he actually was comparing Kyler Murray to Baker Mayfield, which nobody should ever compare anybody to Baker Mayfield. So I don't know. I'm not sure.
That's a great segue. It's a great segue because we've got 2 more to go. The next one is, Fran, your Cleveland Browns.
Yes.
Have at it.
Gosh. I mean, what can be worse than going up to the opposing team and say, hey, you guys want to come get me? Hey, I'm looking for a team. I don't like you here. You want to come get me? How much? I'll take a pay cut. You want to come just save me? Anything. Just get me out of Cleveland. Please, please. What's worse than that? Are you serious? There's like literally nothing worse in the world than that. When that story came out, like I was hoping in my life that it was fake, but like how are we supposed to know that? It was unbelievable. And the fact that on top of this, the hype was like, oh yeah, Jarvis Landry and OBJ, they're like LSU friends and they're gonna love it and all this type of stuff. And yeah, it just like hasn't worked at all. I don't know if it's the egos. I don't know if is it the egos? Is it
blame it on the Richard Millie watch?
I don't know. But hey, to be honest with you, if I was OBJ, I'd be going over there and be like, hey, you want to come get me? Yeah, yeah, I got a quarterback that can't even throw the ball. Yeah, let's go.
Well, I don't know. I'll definitely say that I think that in regard to like Odell's situation, I think he's also like being completely full of himself in a sense because like first with the Mitchell Millie and then with like completely crying aloud saying that like I can't get the ball for my life. He's been getting the ball shown to him like on quite a bit of occasions.
Yeah.
Obviously not as much as like when he was with the. But still, he's had his opportunities, but he would be dropping passes wide open. And as far as like the offense as a whole and defensively, I just think that like the overall position of where the team, it's not even close to where we had projected them coming into this year because of all the talent on both sides. And with all the pickups and free agency and the hype around Baker Mayfield and all, we were projecting this team to maybe be a Super Bowl contender. And now they're still trying to find themselves to even get themselves into the playoffs. And it's like...
One thing I want to add here is, Nate, do you think that, I mean, we look at the roster, right? You got Baker Mayfield, you got OBJ, you got Landry, you got Kareem Hunt, you got all these people. Are we possibly saying that you can have all these names of superstars in a football team, but the New England Patriots with one superstar and Tom Brady is going to beat you? Like, superstars don't matter, possibly. Is it really just coaching in the team?
It is just coaching in the team. It's like you have a ton. I mean, I remember like particularly with the 2017 Giants. Like, we were having the same exact expectations with that team. Added Brandon Marshall and others. They had a ton of offensive talent, and also had a really talented defense. Neither of them came up to par, and they ended up going from an 11-5 football team from 2016 to the next year 3-13. Obviously, this is not the same because there's like beyond actually having like say lower than like five wins or so, but still it's like where they are as far as the talent and being matched up to the coaching level. And this is definitely like on the problem of coaching, and I think also on the part of the players because they've been buying into the hype way too much.
And one last thing on this one, I know we got to get to one more, but all this talk in the media that they say like, oh, there's so many distractions, all this types. There's nothing in Cleveland. There's nothing to distract you besides football. All right, so none of that, please.
All right. So actually, we're gonna get to final one. We're gonna get to our final one. We're gonna save it because it's that good. We're gonna get to our final one
right.
at the commercial break because we are back out of the halftime here for the second half of the Jets Ravens. You are back here on Real Live Sports. My name is Ritz, joined by my co-hosts Frank and Scout Guitar Nate, and we have here the Ravens 21-7 at home over the Jets. Thank you very much, everybody, for hanging in and watching with us tonight. We are trying to create a sports first stream that will bring sports to Twitch. So make sure to drop a follow if you're hanging out in chat. Make sure you or participate, or if you love sports, this is the place to be. And so we co-stream NFL, NBA G League, and the National Basketball League of Australia for the time being, and have a lot of other sports content lined up for you. Lamar Jackson now out of the shotgun is going to roll slightly right. No, slides. Now trying to go up. Looks like he's going to take off with this one and run it. No, he's just going to go out of bounds. Couldn't decide
ridiculous.
what he wanted to do with it.
Nate, I see you shaking your head. It's like the guy had nowhere to go, was on the opposite hash mark, runs back to the other hash mark, avoids the rush, and gets like 4 yards. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, I
Not
mean,
a big
like,
deal,
seriously.
right?
He's having like everybody covered. There's guys still in front of him, and then he like slides back to with his lineman still converging right toward him. There's a defender coming around the edge, just around to be able to actually try to reach over to him. He's got a little bit of an angle of pursuit, but he's not able to get. And then he just runs past him, like he said, a 4-yard gain. It's
Tricky formation there. Two fullbacks into the backfield for a straight ahead run for about 4 yards, bring up 3rd and 3.
I'll be honest with you. If I was a defense, I would just never want to play in this game.
I mean, honestly, I would feel like that I'm just playing. Like, this is mad in real life. It's unlike anything I've ever seen. Like, since 04 version of Michael. That's what I'll say. But
it's one of those where you just got to tip your cap to him like half of the time and be like, yeah, there's nothing we can do to stop it.
Yeah, it's like I'm doing everything I can, but I just cannot stop him. He's just that too athletic.
2 seconds on the play clock. They do manage to get it off. And this one, no, it's going to be blocked. The lineman by Burgess. So on a 3rd and 3, they had an open running back there they could connect. They could get this out too, but oh goodness, hits him in the helmet.
Yeah,
Nate, our caster wants us to go for it.
I would actually go. I would honestly go for it myself, but still.
Well, but now,
no,
this begs the question: how big now was that interception and not taking the points, right? Because in theory, you could have been 10, and then if you get it, you stop him here, you could go in and get a touchdown. So now it becomes a bit of an issue, right? Not having taken the points or that interception late in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, obviously I projected that, Ravens would not be stopped on, any of their drives. But last 2 drives, actually, the Ravens have been stalled. And, honestly, if they had taken the points and the Jets are able to carry momentum, turn the ball over, in that last situation, they'd be well within this game and, within a field goal. Within one score. And, it's like, with the way they're going, I would have thought that the Jets would have been Jets would be, more in this game. had they actually taken the points.
All right, gentlemen. So as we said, we had one more to go for our NFL's not top 5, and we were going to do it during the break. It is, and you guessed it, the Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, okay. I will completely go on to this.
But before we get there, it's America's team, and as Stephen A. would say, Stephen A., who we respect a lot, the Cowboys are an accident waiting to happen. Yeah. Say it with me, everybody.
They're
an accident waiting to happen. Woo! How about them Cowboys?
6 and 7.
Where do you want to go with this one?
Okay, let's just say this, okay? You come into the season after coming out like a pretty stout run last year with Amari Cooper coming into the team. You would think after that had happened, that would completely blow open the offense, and then you know that you have one of the talented defenses in the, particularly at the linebacking core. But instead, it has not been any of that. Dak Prescott, I know he's leading the league in in passing yards right now. I know he's having a pretty stellar year at this point, and I know that Amari Cooper is at the top 5. But efficiency, they have absolutely not come up to par. They have absolutely just been not playing to their potential whatsoever. Their defense have been giving up way too many big. Offensively, Zeke Elliott has not been the type of running back that we've all been accustomed to, especially for our dear friend Skip Bayless would hope for, because he basically threw his jersey down the trash can, if any of you guys would have known about that, because he given up on him. And basically, I'm pretty sure that he should give up on this entire with the position they've been in, the talent that they have on both sides of the absolutely complete disappointment. I'm sorry, but the fact that they're 6 and 7 just shows how horrible Jason Garrett, aka Coach Clapp, is doing. So he should be fired. Jerry Jones should probably just sell the team. America's team is not America's team. They haven't been America's team for 25 years. So honestly,
I agree with this so much.
The Dallas
All right, we'll get to it.
Cowboys are a major
Sell the team.
disappointment.
It's the most highly valued franchise.
All right.
Sell
All
the
right,
team.
all right. Back to the football game.
Sell the team.
Back to the football game. 2nd and 4 for the Jets.
That's waiting to happen.
Back into the football game here.
But hey, hold on. Real quick. They're gonna make the playoffs.
They're gonna make the playoffs. That's the best part.
Hey, guess what? They didn't earn it.
That's true.
Actually, well, they still have to beat the Eagles in Philly, who just won on Monday night. So who knows? Anything can happen. I suppose that would be like, that is a game, I kid you not, that everyone will be watching. Honestly, I almost want to call that game here on Relive just with the reactions. We don't even need the video. We'll just do the audio and we'll just have
We'll
it.
do more Jerry checkups. We'll do
more Jerry. Yes. So make sure you follow, drop a follow to make sure you come back for that game here on the Blitz. The Ravens don't get to him, and they're just going to try to complete that pass out to the sideline. I believe he was out of bounds when he caught it. He did catch it, but he was out of bounds. So 4th down here for the Jets. Neither team actually able to come up with a score on their first possession of the 3rd quarter. So reset everything. 21-7 Ravens.
I guess everybody froze. I gotta say, I live in Washington, D.C., and my walk to work today was awful. It is really cold out there. So I know exactly what they're going through. It's probably just a little bit colder in Baltimore, too.
And the long snap here is good with a kick back to Edwards, hoping to flip field position. Let's see if they do manage to get it. Fair catch at about the 18-yard line for the Ravens. By the way, long snapper. By the way, Duke product. Go Blue Devils. Mm-hmm.
Hey.
Yeah. So there you go.
So on our, you should try this one of these days. You should actually try the long snap. In our office, we have the hallway is big enough, and we have always a football there, and we've been practicing our long snaps.
Wait, what?
It's actually pretty fun. It's actually
how
really
many things have you destroyed in the off trying to long snap?
Surprisingly, nothing. There's somebody way worse than me. like
Yeah.
unathletic level 1000.
Oh my
Oh my
god.
gosh.
But like you should try it. It's really fascinating because like how you actually like you like throw the ball. You don't just like launch
yeah,
it.
you don't
You
like
like
do like a
actually
simple like
throw it and spiral it. It's
Yeah.
really interesting.
because the way you're supposed to do it, it's kind of like you have to put your hands in a position so you can not only just like throw it back, but you're also trying to like spin it. You're trying to like put your right hand on the grip, like on the line, and then you're basically like curving it just so it can actually get that spiral formation. So you don't see that thing sort of like almost do kind of like an end over end spinning to the punter. You always see it kind of almost like be like
And,
like a football.
and I don't think the long snapper has to block. So like anybody can do it.
Oh yeah, it's like you have no fear because there are rules for the long snapper to not be touched.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because like I don't know if you guys know about this, but if you make contact on the long snapper, I mean, like I think this is more so on kicking, like on kicking field. If you hit the long snapper, that's a 15-yard penalty and automatic first down.
Oh,
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
I think
Yeah,
our
that's why
discussion.
you see.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Right. No, I was like saying that's why you see on field goal block formation, you'll see kind of like a certain number on this side and a certain number on that side because they're all split away from the long.
And also, one of the things I don't know if Twitch can hear us right now, but Bad Bass in the chat basically said Dak Prescott is 40 million a year and is only making 2 million in salary and 100K in bonuses. Believe it or not, this is his contract year, and one of the first things that I said when we've been doing Thursday Night Football is quick fantasy tip. If you are drafting for fantasy next year, make sure you pick the players that are in their contract year because they will have the best year. They're playing for money, pretty much. But yes, Mr. Bad Bass, I totally do agree with you. He is the best QB in the league statistically, but he cannot win.
Oh, what a hit over the middle. Goodness. My gosh, that was a 9-yard gain there on pass. Pass to Marquise Brown, who's on my fantasy team, I think. So that's 9 yards for me, plus the catch. But he just got lit up in the middle of the field. Goodness.
Yeah, I mean they were trying to run a little RPO, run a little slot slant action when they were trying to fake the handoff to Ingram. Everybody stepped up in the linebacking core, and he just turns upfield, and then he gets completely popped by the safety.
And here's Lamar Jackson going out to the left. Oh, and lunges forward there for 3 yards, converting on the down. Wanted to welcome back all the viewers back to live coming out break. Ravens up 21-7 here in the third quarter. Welcome back to Real Life Sports, where we're trying to build a sports-first streaming community. So make sure you give us a follow and come back for more football and basketball throughout the seasons.
And Rich, you said Brown was on your fantasy team?
I think so. I think I picked him up like 2 weeks, and I can't actually check my fantasy team right now.
Yeah, I was going to say that in the last 2 wins, he's only actually caught 4 passes and has -1 yards in the last 2 wins for the Ravens.
No. But there was one week, and maybe it was 3 weeks ago, where he caught 2.
Yes, yeah.
That was the
only 2
one!
wins ago.
That was the one. I
that was
streamed
against
him
the
for
Reds.
that
I remember
game,
that.
and I won the matchup. Actually, no, I lost, even though he put up 40 points. It was depressing. Yeah, it was bad. I've struggled this year, okay? My fantasy team has struggled, despite Christian McCaffrey. It's like we should have put my fantasy team on the not top 5 because it was that bad. And I don't know if I should blame myself for it, my terrible luck, or just general, I have no idea. So
I think we
anyway,
should just get you a T-shirt saying that I suck at fantasy.
yeah, exactly. That should be the
that.
losing thing for your league.
yeah, sure. So there you go, Marquise Brown with another catch there for 9 yards.
You don't have the
you
loser
know.
has to do someone who gets last place?
No,
In
we
our
didn't
league,
have.
it
Thank
is-
God.
In our league, the last person in our league has to go to IHOP. They have to be at IHOP for 24 hours. Every single pancake they eat is -1 hour.
Oh, so you could wow. But see, it might take you 20 hours to eat. Well, it might take you 4 hours to like eat 20 pancakes. Now, how big do the pancakes have to be?
Regular IHOP pancakes.
Okay, and they could just be plain, or they have to be like chocolate chip, or like.
You can finish. You can eat them however you like.
Yeah, you know, meanwhile, Lamar Jackson not tonight so far. The Jets managed to stop the Ravens for a second time here on third down. So despite the fact that the Ravens offense was moving, scored on each possession of the first half, except for the one at the very end, they've come up empty here on the first two possessions. Nate, what have you seen differently here for the Jets that has been causing the Ravens problems?
Well, I mean, like, really, I can just, like, say they are playing a little bit more stout against the run. Like, defensively on the line, they're actually, like, getting more of a push up front. And as far as the receiving core, I mean, they really haven't been throwing the ball all too often, but it seems like that the Ravens have been kind of, like, concede to throw the ball, which it's not often where you hear somebody having to concede the throw, but, like, they've been doing it a little bit more, and it's not been as super effective as you would hope, especially with Marquise Brown in the lineup still. But so far, just like they have been playing run defensively, and I think that's been like kind of the major difference. And surprisingly, we are still at that 21-7 mark, and I thought it was going to be increased, but apparently not.
And we also have a Flappy Bird game getting loaded up here if anybody wants to join in. It is on difficulty hard, so I will probably be losing in the first 5 seconds.
Oh, I got an error. I got an error that I couldn't join the game. That's weird.
Well,
all right, so you guys call it as you play it. For those in chat that are wondering what's going on, there's a Twitch extension, Stream Mini Games, allows you to play games with your chat, and one of the games is a Flappy Bird Royale, or what we call Flight Mania, and it is flying through. So we got the co-casters there playing through
my eyes are
Flight
hurting.
Mania at the moment. Your eyes are hurting.
I can't even...
We'll probably have a few other games as we go along, so make sure if you're in chat to jump in. Jump in to the game. You got kicked out?
Yeah, it said that I was kicked out of the game for inactivity. I'm like, what?
Were you not tapping?
I literally was tapping the whole entire time.
Okay, this is ridiculous. Bands, I literally want you to go on Twitch and stream yourself playing this game.
Yeah, seriously, we want to know how you're doing
because
it.
I don't understand how you click do you have a different strategy? Like, am I just completely playing this game wrong? I don't understand.
He clicks with all 5 fingers.
Just doesn't make sense. Like, go make on your Twitch, go live, and I want to watch. I'll watch.
That's just crazy.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore on a chilly night where the Ravens are leading the New York Jets 21-7. The Jets now back with the ball, and welcome back to Real Live Sports, where we're bringing you the game live here on Twitch. Thank you, everybody, for hanging out, and make sure to drop a follow here on the channel as we continue to build a sports-centric community on Twitch. Le'Veon Bell there with the handoff to the right for about 2 yards. Brings up 2nd and 8. Let's see if the Jets, who did manage to move the ball particularly well, actually, in the first half, can continue this, neither being able to put up points so far, about halfway through the third.
Yeah, honestly, the game just kind of hit a weird point and, stagnated completely. I don't know if the adjustments each team, at halftime was perfect for each other, and they, totally lined up and counteracted everything that they were doing, but kind of an odd situation. Odd break.
No, well, at least for the Jets standpoint, it's been basically the same thing all year. They have not been able to run the ball well.
There's the play action to Darnold, who's well protected here, manages to loft that one up to his receiver. I believe that was Anderson. Yes, it was, who does manage to catch that one on the sideline for a nice 15-yard gain. There's a deep cut here across the middle of the field.
Yeah, the Jets' offense is actually 30th in passing and 29th per yards attempt. And they're actually 31st in both yards per game and yards per carry. So, as you kind of said, Nate, yes, their offense is not very good and they cannot run the football. They only have 2 100-yard games. Christian McCaffrey has 10 on his own.
Yeah, pretty much. And here is the fake. They brought Le'Veon Bell, but it's actually going to be a screen.
Great read.
And the Ravens are going to blow that up behind the line of about 5 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
I think
Second
it's too
and
slow.
15.
I think the screen was too slow there,
Yeah.
which got the defense to. They basically read the whole thing, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, the linemen were not get out in front really quick enough, and they were trying to fake the screen. I mean, they're trying to fake the handoff on over the leg. They ended up going from that to a screen, but nobody was able to pursue out. And Josh Bynes, who's actually been probably one of their best linebackers since he was reacquired to the team, was right there to make the play and was able to make a tackle for a loss.
So 2nd and 12 here. Here is
Uh-oh.
they let the this is going to be essentially a wide receiver screen since they let the defenders just come right through there out to Smith, only about 3 yards on that play. So 3rd and long here. Let's see if the Jets go conservative or if they actually put the ball in
This
Darnold's
is
hands. And
embarrassing. Don't compare them.
Yeah, well, I mean, as far as like the quarterback stats, yeah, they run it. I mean, like as I was mentioning, they have thrown the ball much as at all. Even though, yeah, Lamar is adding to his league-leading total in touchdown passes, but so far, they bread and butter has been running the ball, and as you were mentioning, he has actually more rushing yards than he has passing.
And here the Jets bringing pressure. Oh, and Darnold goes down. The ball is out. And there actually will be called a fumble.
Yeah,
So the
fumble.
back.
That's a fumble. You got
Totally
smashed.
a fumble. And that's actually the first sack we've seen all day, right? From both teams.
That is the first sack that
It's
we've
crazy.
seen. I mean, Lamar Jackson hasn't been even sniffed, and right here, as you can see, as you can see, they're sending pressure. They have a sliding pressure on over to the left side. Number 53, I forget what his name is. No, actually, excuse me. That was actually number
Bowser.
54, Tyus Bowser. Really awesome last name, by the way.
Really awesome
Bowser,
last
he
name.
comes in. he
Swallowing
comes
up
in,
the-
completely swallowed up Sam Darnold. Blew past the right tackle.
That's
and
a fumble.
I think they're just looking to see if he was down before he lost the ball.
That is really odd because he.
I don't.
I mean, he was losing the ball
Technically,
slightly.
it's against
before
his leg. I think it's a fumble.
But he's not in control of the ball, right?
Yeah,
I mean, he's not in
Chat, what do
control
you
of the ball,
think?
but then again, yeah. What do you think, Chat? Is it a fumble, or
Is it
do
a
you
fumble?
think he's?
Well, chat has already weighed in, and they said that that's a ghost. So we have tallied
That's a
another
ghost.
ghost. That's another ghost for the night here. And from the 24-yard line, Lamar Jackson is off the play action, and he's going to go for the whole thing. He's going to go for a touchdown. Bounce it off the Baltimore player. Goodness. Not good. Not good. Hurst bounced off Hurst's chest and almost had a bizarre ricochet here.
Yeah, wait,
Yeah.
what? That was a perfect pass.
Yeah, and let's see here. He's running a little whopping, what's called a little skinny post route right up the middle. He's running a seam route, excuse me, and he hits him right in this chest. There was nobody down the middle of the field at the safety spot. He was right there. Pass perfectly thrown. Should have been a catch. Should have been a touchdown.
From the 24-yard line again, Lamar trying to air it out and go for it. Oh,
Got it.
yes!
That's
Touchdown,
a touchdown.
Baltimore! Marquise Brown! And I've got more fantasy points!
There it is. They're just going for shots. Just taking shots.
They're
Almost
going for the shots
out
right
the
now.
back of the
Let's
end
see.
zone.
And
1, 2, yes! Touchdown, Ravens!
Yep, just like his cousin, whom I don't like anymore, but still, that's besides the point. He makes a great catch in the back of the end zone.
Yep.
Nobody was covering him. He has 2 feet down, one
Nobody.
dragging behind. No question no question about it. Marquise Hollywood Brown, he does a little corner route right past the safety in the corner. He's able to get the feet down. Easy catch, easy touchdown. Adding the lead up to 20 pending the extra point.
27 here, pending the extra point. Bands with Legends asked in chat, what is up with the ghosts? Well, during a football game earlier in the season against the Patriots, Jets quarterback Sam Darnold was recorded on the sideline saying, quote, "I'm seeing ghosts, coach," because the Patriots were sacking him so much and basically throwing all sorts of defense. So as a result, anytime there's a sack or apparently a blocked field goal, since we're doing that as well, we say that the players are seeing ghosts. And so we're counting the ghosts tonight. Tonight is our ghost counter. Wide open there in the back of the end zone. Yes, throw up the touchdown emotes in chat.
Emoji.
The Ravens getting back to it here on offense at this point, threatening to blow the game just wide open.
Yeah, and I was afraid that Marquise Brown was going to be the one seeing ghosts right there. I mean, even excuse me, Hayden Hurst was also seeing ghosts for the moment, but thankfully,
Yeah, I still can't believe that he didn't catch that.
I still couldn't believe he caught that. I mean, that he completely dropped that too, because that was a similar, actually, a very similar play to the touchdown that he had caught last week against the Bills, where he was streaking down the field, running kind of like almost like a crosser / seam, and nobody was around him within 10 yards, and he was able to take it in for 6 from 61. Said this time he just flat drops it.
You know what really caught my eye on that possession, especially because you have the 2 deep throws, right? And then they brought up the replay when you had a perfect shot of Lamar Jackson looking downfield, was the pocket. I mean, it was super well protected, had all day to throw. The routes took a little while to develop, but no problem. He just stands there and delivers.
Yeah, also I will definitely say that there was a little bit of there was a huge breakdown in coverage. The safety 27 was actually supposed to be over there playing cover 2, and once Marquise Brown went on over to make that move to the corner at the top of the, he split off underneath and left him completely uncovered at the back of the end zone. So, I mean, great throw, great catch nonetheless, but still, I think the Jets completely broke down defensively. Should not ever happen, in any defense in the NFL.
Welcome back, everybody, to Thursday Night Football here, the final Thursday Night Football game of the season. We are so excited and very thankful to be able to bring you this game live here on Real Live Sports. Make sure you drop a follow so you can come back for more sports action right here on Twitch. And from the back of the end zone, the Jets have been returning just about everything, and he gets picked up and dropped. It's become a WWE fight at this point.
Wow.
By God, he broke him in half. I was kidding, but yeah, let's see here. Back in the touchdown, I was actually mentioning about this. They were running a cover 2 concept right here. Both the corner and the safety completely dropped him off in coverage. Nobody picked him, and he was running down, streaking in the back of the end zone, uncovered. Perfect throw, perfect catch.
Perfect fantasy points if you have Brown on your team. Darnold now trying to get back to work with 5 minutes left in the third quarter, trying to see if he can rank up some points here for the Jets, which have had success moving in. He's looking at his tight end in the flat. No, not going to happen. The protection breaks down, and Darnold has to throw this one away. He had the tight end.
We forgot to do something on the last touchdown. Big truss.
Oh, yeah, big truss, baby!
Oh man! And there is your play.
We haven't done that in a while. It was like,
yeah, it was a long time.
Well, they weren't scoring.
Like nobody scored anything.
Quarter. Yeah, nobody scored nothing.
That was the playoff picture there, with the Ravens being able to clinch their division with a victory here tonight and side-track seed. Of course, us Patriots fans are really hoping for a Jets miracle, although I don't think we've ever said that before, but we are. So I don't know if we're going to get it tonight, however, despite that they have been showing some ability to move the football. But, gentlemen, your Pittsburgh Steelers still in the wild card hunt.
Yeah, and obviously I didn't really – I mean, at this position, I still didn't even think that the Steelers would be able to come out on top of the AFC North at least, especially with the Ravens playing against the Jets. But I still think it is pretty amazing that despite all the injuries and everything, for the Steelers that they're still within wild card contention.
Looking for Crowder here on the... Wait, Crowder! Go get it!
Yeah,
Well,
is it just me or just
what?
running? What? What just happened?
Well, let's
Wait,
see here. So
what?
they're sending an inside blitz. Picked up 45 Ferguson, and he had to release that ball as he was getting hit. But let's see here. The ball was
Doesn't
actually
show where it
thrown way out.
goes.
It doesn't show
They
where
didn't
it
show where
landed.
it goes, but it was like thrown way outside, way to the sideline, not on target, and obviously missed the mark. And Ravens taking back and probably in prime position to probably add more points to them.
Yeah, back to the 20-yard line here. I thought Crowder had to come up with that one, actually. I was very confused as to why it looked like he just stopped. But do the Steelers still play the Ravens? Do you have a game left?
Yeah,
or?
the Steelers still
No?
play the yes. No, they do. They still. They got one more game coming up. Yeah. They only played them once. That was back actually, I believe in weeks.
It was the Browns that we played twice back to back.
Yeah, we played them like in 3 weeks, but with the Ravens, we have not actually played them just yet this year.
So do you have to play in Baltimore or in Pittsburgh?
We had to play them in Baltimore, yeah, and.
All right, well, is Duck going to make it out with a win? Duck?
Friend, your thoughts?
God. I want to believe...
What? You were texting me
I know.
all weekend.
All right.
You were just texting me duck
but it's
emojis
against
the entire weekend.
It's against the Ravens.
Well, so 2 birds.
I don't think they're going to beat the Ravens. But yeah, in Duck we trust. Quack, quack. 100%. He's been playing a lot better than Mason Rudolph ever played when he had to be the backup. I actually think Duck's playing pretty well. I don't think he's good enough to beat the Ravens.
4 interceptions a game.
Yeah, I don't think he's good enough to beat the Ravens, but I think he's good enough to beat some pretty average teams in the NFL and some pretty good ones too.
I believe.
I don't think they'll do. I think they'll play the wild card game, the Steelers, and they'll lose. To be 100% honest with you, but for how the season's going, I think it's fine. I think it's a pretty good season if you make the wild card game as the Steelers.
I will say this though, at least, regardless of the outcome of this year. I mean, I think the Steelers at this point, because their next games are going to, well, actually, I don't know. Like the Bills are going to be a challenge. As for the Jets, I believe that we can definitely beat. For how the season has been playing out, despite all the injuries and all the mishaps offensively, I think Mike Tomlin should be up for Coach of the Year contention.
Yes.
Without question.
100%. I think it's pretty interesting because a lot of people actually wanted to get rid of Mike Tomlin and thought his tenure wanted to come to the end.
That's always a storyline.
But that's always, I was going to say that's always the storyline, but he's done a really good job with this team for what they have.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, well, we'll talk more about that later, probably in the commercial break.
As we have Lamar Jackson here with the man in motion's handoff is to Ingram, who sees by the turf monster. Gets caught by the turf ghost.
Did a ghost?
I don't know.
Did
We're gonna need
Chad.
We're gonna need Chad. It's a turf ghost. It's a ghost that's green.
If you want to call it that.
Well, we need Chat's verdict. So whatever Chat, Chat can vote. Chat gets a vote because that's what we do here on Relive. Chat is spamming the ghost emojis.
The ghost monster.
So I guess it is a ghost here. We will switch that here after the play. Lamar Jackson with the fake gets us out to the tight end. Rickard cannot bring it in.
Fullback.
And
well, actually, it's their fullback. But
their fullback.
I mean, he was pretty wide open right there. Lamar Jackson, as well as he's been playing all night, just missed him off of that on that throw.
So we have added a 7th ghost for the evening because chat voted and it's a ghost. So now the Baltimore Ravens here with the 3rd and 8. Once again, triple formation up to the top of the screen. And Brown, who's been having himself a nice game, but no, goes Dilly. That is a 4th down. He's going to come up just a yard short.
Yeah, 100%.
Lamar wants to go for it.
Lamar
Wants to go for it.
Wow, he literally told them get off the field.
He literally
Get
blew off the punt team. He blew off what John Harbaugh is saying. He's like saying, "We're going."
Nervous Harbaugh here, Monka Harbaugh, as he's looking.
This is very bold.
This is very bold.
They
You
are
kidding me?
in their own territory. I mean, obviously they think their defense can do it, but this is almost a disrespect
Dude,
here to
this
the
is
Jets.
yeah.
This is major.
And Lamar trying to convert. He's got the tight end open if he wants him. He puts it across the middle to White.
Oh my lord!
He goes for 30 on 4th and 1.
Wow.
Dude, this team is so
This is
unfair.
ridiculous. This is unfair. This is like playing with the Warriors in 2K when they were good. But yeah, let's see here. He's going
the
after his
Jets.
The defender falls down. Marcus May, number 20. He's in coverage one-on-one with Andrews, and right there, he's going in. And Lamar Jackson, he's just completely psyched up. Big trust, baby.
Yeah, big trust.
Lamar looking to build off of it. The Jets still can't get to him, and that is complete a rifle across the middle of the field.
I know what he's trying to do. He doesn't want to play the fourth quarter. He wants to sit. He wants to just rest. He wants to score the TD. He doesn't have to play the fourth quarter, and then he chills.
The sidearm throw action is very Mahomes-esque. Like when
Philip
a lot of
Rivers.
people, yeah, as well. But like, I think when they watch Mahomes play, like the NFL crews always talk about like these odd throwing angles, and it's because he used to play baseball, right? That he had.
Yeah. I mean, like, you know, part of it has to do with like playing in baseball, and because like also his father was also playing the MLB himself, Pat Mahomes Sr. But still, regardless, you hardly ever see, and I don't know what exactly.
If you can read,
mad.
you can read John Harbaugh there. He's over that one. He's asking who moved. Who moved? Actually, I don't really know who moved over. I think they called Yonda on it.
No, I think they called it on the center 65 right there. I mean, I think I saw a tiny bit of
He
like
moved
a
his
knee, but
right knee, barely.
Yeah.
Maybe the ref saw a ghost on that one, but here's Lamar. Oh, the Jets
Oh, never mind.
all night.
Oh my
Gauge
lord.
the video game right now because Lamar's going to put it up and he's going to take it actually out of bounds.
At least he threw it away, man.
He threw it away.
I was waiting for him to throw a touchdown. Don't do this.
That's the best play that the Jets defense have made all night.
Yeah, you can't even sack him.
That was
You can't even
the closest
sack
they
him.
got.
All you have to do is hope and pray that that somebody's covered, and then he throws it away.
Lamar's just basically laughing it off at this point. Oh my goodness. A minute left here in the third. Touchdowns. Finally has more throwing yards than rushing yards. It was not that way early when we saw him break the all-time rushing record for quarterbacks.
Okay.
Spread formation now.
That is a delay of game there.
Delay a game. Delay of game, ladies and gentlemen. Walk off
This has got to
another
be the
5
longest
yards.
third quarter ever.
I thought the second quarter was rather long, though. All right, so for all those jumping in here, about a minute left to go here in the third quarter on Relive Sports, where we're attempting to build a sports-first broadcasting stream thing community, yes, here on Twitch. So make sure you drop a follow and come back to join us for our follow-up games this weekend. Will we be broadcasting the NBL and the NBA G League? We've got all your football and your basketball covered here on Relive. Lamar Jackson now from the 2nd and 20, looking back, and he's going to take this one all. And yes, he does. And that's a touchdown! Way too easy! Roberts! And the light show is on in Baltimore. 34 points.
I just don't know.
I don't
2
know
penalties
how
and it
he
doesn't
stopped this
matter.
Oh my gosh.
It's
let's see here. It's one-on-one right here against against the safety Marcus May. Andre Roberts, he's going. Sorry, not Andre Roberts. Seth Roberts, he's running a he's running a corner route 15 yards down the field, and he's going in and he catches it right over the perfect throw actually by Lamar
the
Jackson
ball's
because he's
perfect.
actually getting right in base right at the last second. The ball's just landing right in his lap.
Spam the
And now
touchdown emotes.
it's becoming that game that I predicted from the very beginning, people.
I told you he didn't want to
Alright.
play the fourth quarter.
He doesn't want to stay the fourth quarter. He's probably going to take off his cleats and be straight chill and big trust, my boy.
Is the stadium a haunted house with all the
Ghost stadium.
stroke?
It's a ghost stadium.
It's a
The ghost stadium.
He's probably
Oh,
telling
my.
him, hey, Lamar, don't ever go for it on the 30-yard line again.
Yes. This is a great
He's
point.
probably
This was
the
the
top-
same drive where Lamar basically shooed off his punt team and was like, no, I'm going for it from my own 29. Get out of here.
That's
And
all-
they did.
You don't see that unless it's like there's like no way that you see
From-
somebody go
From a
for it.
second-year quarterback?
Yeah,
Yeah,
no
from a
shot.
second-year quarterback one.
No shot.
Also, doing it within your own 30-yard line. It's different when you're at like your 40
Yeah.
or your 45 or midfield. But you're talking about 10 yards away from the red zone.
Yeah, wait, what do you think's going through like Greg Williams' head?
I mean, the disrespect.
He's like,
pretty
wow,
sure-
had him 4th and 1 on their 30, then got a false start, and then got to delay a game, and they throw a touchdown. Like,
I think it's both A, disrespect, and B, like
hey, we forgot.
like some expletives.
We forgot. Big trust. Big trust.
trust!
Again.
There's been a lot
Yeah,
of
we
big
should have-
trusting.
Yeah,
we
we've been
should've
big
had
trusting a lot today. And I
We should have
love
made
it.
a counter
lot.
for that, for real.
Yeah.
Big trust times like
This
Hey.
throw is just I mean, it's right
it's
over
perfect.
the helmet. It's literally
Perfect
over
throw.
the helmet of the Jets defender.
It's a perfect throw from
What?
the running back.
I mean, this is
It like goes right over his shoulder.
I mean, I know there are going to be some critics out there saying, "See, it's not really a good throw." He had catch, but still, he got it over his head.
Exactly.
He got it behind the defender, and it's like you can't do it any better. It's just this guy's the MVP.
Yeah.
Bar none. He is the
Coming
MVP.
from the Seahawks fan, and
I'm
here's
the
Darnold
Seahawks
trying
fan.
to do
Yes.
his best Lamar Jackson
Yeah.
impression, does manage to run for 10 yards onto the right side.
Like watching him run for so much way slower.
Gosh, no man, but I'm telling you.
Who were our MVP picks? Do we have that like recorded anywhere?
I'm
No,
pretty sure that our
unfortunately.
MVP picks from a little while ago was obviously Lamar, Russell Wilson.
Yeah, those were the candidates.
McCaffrey. Those are the
And-
candidates.
I think
Watson.
I picked McCaffrey.
I picked
I
McCaffrey
picked-
as well.
I picked Russell Wilson, obviously, but so far,
Right,
Lamar's
but the Lamar hype train hadn't really taken off yet. To be in fairness, we did the maybe like week 8 or something, like when we broadcast. It was about a month and a half ago. It was one of our halftime segments. Was trying to pick here the winners. So we are now at the end of the third quarter. The Jets trailing rather 7-35, unable to find some offense here in the second, even though they did manage to move the ball. They moved it into the red zone twice, but came up with no points. A blocked field goal and then a failure to convert on third down. All right, gentlemen, as we move into the fourth quarter, I think that the Ravens are going to go ahead and lock up the division here in the AFC North. So the question becomes... Actually, so 49, I wanted to bring up the 49ers in this. We didn't have time to talk about it, but did we just see the NFC Championship this weekend in the Superdome?
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I think so. I think those are the best teams in that conference. The Packers, I think their record's kind of inflated. They're good, but they don't really win like decisively every single time. I think the Packers have had struggles against very good teams. I think they'll kind of fall apart in the playoffs. I think there's problems on the defensive side of the ball, to be honest with you. Then again, Aaron Rodgers is a bad man, and he may be able to pull it off. But that being said, I just don't really see maybe the Seahawks. but I still think the 49ers and the Saints, they're just overall the best teams in that division,
Yeah.
personally.
I mean, like, honestly, for me, I definitely think and hope that the Seahawks can definitely win the division. As far as, like, overall ability and talent, I'll definitely say that the 49ers and the Saints are the two best teams in the NFC. Okay? I mean, what we saw in that game
It was
back on
awesome.
Sunday, I mean,
It was awesome.
absolutely
The
awesome.
shootout was incredible.
No, shootout was incredible. And, I mean, obviously, like, teams, like, came out to play. Jimmy G definitely, like, stepped up and showed that he can come toe-to-toe with a guy like Drew Brees. And
Yes.
also,
That's key.
That's
Because
the
he had
big
been
point.
criticized.
Yep,
He had
that's
been
the big
criticized. We weren't sure if Jimmy G could do it. Game on the line.
yeah. And also, let's just say this. After when I saw that run by George on that 4th-and-2 play, I honestly, like, went in and said that, yeah, he's definitely the best tight end, just like bar none. Yeah, well, we haven't seen guys do that, run after the catch since probably.
Or Travis Kelce, actually.
Kelce.
And as I was watching that as a Patriots fan, I just sort of cried, and I was like, why can't we have a tight end like that? Where did our tight end go? Oh, yeah, he's going to South Beach.
Oh, yeah, he's going to the South Beach, and we're
For
going to
the
go
Super
down
Bowl.
there with it, too, and we're going to get the free bathrooms.
Yeah, free bathrooms. The best part about the Super Bowl game or the Super Bowl.
Oh my goodness! 3rd and 7 now for the Jets here in the 4th quarter. Coming out of the timeout, wanted to welcome back all the viewers here to Real Life Sport. We are streaming the Ravens and Jets from M&T Bank Stadium in Baltimore, as Sam Darnold tries to line up his troops here, and it's a massive blitz off the top side. It does get it out quickly there to the tight end, but the coverage is good. So no pickup there. Brown taken down after about 3 yards. They needed 7. They don't get a punt coming up for the Jets.
Yeah, that was seriously not a good play call. I mean, like, I know they're down by 4 touchdowns. The game is basically completely out of reach. There's no chance for them to outcome. But the play call and the execution was just absolutely abysmal. 3rd and 7, and you run a tight end screen, and none of the receivers block a single soul out there? I'm like, I'm sorry, but, like, that was definitely not a good play call. And obviously the Jets are having to concede to a punt.
The punt was pretty good, however. It is bounds. I may have let that one roll a little bit more. I thought he had it. But the Jets actually think that they've recovered this.
Wait.
There is a beanbag down on the floor. Did this hit a Ravens player?
Oh, let's see.
No.
No,
It didn't.
It doesn't.
Hold on.
Well, are you saying on the ricochet?
I was thinking on the ricochet, but it didn't. Nah, I don't think.
I don't think it does. I don't think it does.
Unfortunately, we don't have a chance here. I'm trying to check it on the... We need another camera angle there. They may have been something on the foot. We are going to need another camera angle of the chat, so stay tuned. Just hang with us. We're Niners Saints from this weekend and how Jimmy G stepped up. My question to Nate, however, so this game was in New Orleans, a place where the Saints hardly lose. However, it vaulted the San Francisco 49ers into the 1st seed, which means that the Saints would have to go to San Fran. They lost the one at home. Are you worried, if you're a Saints fan, that this game is outdoors, albeit it's in California, so it's like warm at least?
Yeah.
But you're going to have to try to win it on the road.
I am very worried if I'm a Saints fan, because honestly, I mean, historically, they've only won one road game in their history in the playoffs. One road game, they've lost 5 or 6 others all time. So as far as I know that they're definitely, like, more talented than any of the teams that have played on the road in recent in all their history in the playoffs. But at the same time, like, history doesn't really, like, serve them very well as like, the fact that this is going to be played against, they're going to be playing against a very, very tough 49er defense who will be a lot more fired and looking to actually play better in front of the home crowd if that were to be where it ends up to at the end of January. So as a Saints fan, yeah, I would definitely be worried about my chances against the 49ers.
Fran?
I'm a believer in Drew Brees, and I kind of always have been, to be completely honest with you, and I think it doesn't matter to him. I think he's at the stage in his career where he just wants to win. I think if you would tell me he was going to Seattle and it was raining, or another place where there was weather.
Ooh. Oh, hold on now. Let's see.
We want to welcome back all the viewers. The Jets have challenged this play. We went to the commercial break after a Jets punt that looks like it may have hit a Ravens player. We are going back here to the video review.
I can't tell.
So I guess the other question is here in chat as well. Should we make bets if Lamar comes back out onto the field? So the ruling on the field stands as called.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the reaction to John Harbaugh, they would definitely have lost the challenge. So yeah, it was very close, but it didn't even look like it really even touched.
The direction of the
player.
ball didn't change.
Yeah. I mean, I know it was like close.
Oh,
actually, well,
wait though, that looked weird.
That did look very, very odd to me, but I don't think it really would have changed the complexion of the game anyway.
Oh, jeez. Ingram there, and that looks like it might have been a defensive offside. Chad is saying that it hit them. Actually, upon further review,
it kind of did. Yeah, it did look like it did hit him.
It did look like it hit him. I don't know. Okay, so Gun and Run TV also saying in chat that yes, coming back out. So, wow. Okay, the Jets do not get the benefit of that call. Wow. Okay, so this is almost triggering me as much as the disaster that was in Foxborough from this weekend. Yeah, that was bad. Okay, so here it is again. We thought that it did not hit, but upon wow.
Yeah, it was like right there before he stepped down on the ground. It looked like the ball did actually indeed touch him on the side of the foot. So I mean, at that angle, that looked a lot favorable to the Jets. But, I mean, I know the other angle didn't, but...
I think it's one of those where it's whatever's called on the field that's going to have to stand.
Which is essentially what ended up happening there. Down run doesn't get much on that one, only about a yard. The Friday night SmackDown, however, 8 o'clock tomorrow. Those interested.
I have never watched WWE.
I've only seen, some...
I've seen like highlights.
Bits. I've seen the highlights and I've seen the catchphrases being used by the wrestlers, specifically by my idol Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson, who always doesn't care what you say or what you think.
So and this play fake. Oh, are they gonna get him? Finally! The Jets come up with a sack. Maybe he made it back to the line of scrimmage.
I don't know if it qualifies as a sack.
Well, here's what I'll ask: do you guys think that it actually is a sack? Doesn't matter what you think. The Rock does a guy.
No, but actually, though, why are they playing him?
Yeah, why are they? I mean,
he has an injured quad.
You're up. Oh yeah, and he has an injured quad too. I mean,
Lamar?
Yeah, he wasn't. There was a possibility he wasn't going to play today.
Oh well, that would have been tragedy. Instead, we've been given a treat here as the Jets bring 6. They still can't get to him, and he airs it out, and it can't catch up to it.
Gosh,
and he's saying exactly what you guys are saying.
Yeah, I mean they're sending a blitz over to the left. They're trying to go and carry up the field.
Oh, he
collided with each other.
Yeah, he turns his route. if you see the replay again, he like turns his route, doesn't go straight up field, and that's when Lamar threw it. It's still a bad throw.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that, like,
Not
the
gonna make the
collision kind
excuse.
of, like, threw it off course, but still.
I don't know if I agree with the ghost on that one. I just don't think that they were
I
on the
don't
same
think-
page.
I don't think
Oh,
it's
the
a
long
ghost.
snapper
Oh!
gets blown over!
It's a block!
It's a block! The Jets have it on the special team! Touchdown for the Jets! What?
Oh my god.
Oh, my goodness.
What the heck just happened?
Well, that was a complete blunder, like, by the Ravens. We don't see that happen very often right there on special teams. But, wow. I mean, the Jets come in. They get one guy get completely blown over the field. Daniel Brown, number 87, their starting tight end for tonight. He came in. He's coming. Actually, it wasn't even him that blocked it. It was actually the guy who made the penetration. 93 right there. He blocks and gets a hand on it, and they were able to go and recover the fumble and return it for 6, making up for that botched fumble.
And he's gonna miss! And he's gonna miss!
Two
Oh,
missed field goals,
That
2 missed extra points.
Ghost!
I'm melting.
Come on, Vicky!
I am melting in my chair.
One more for the ghost counter. One more.
Add 1 to the ghost counter, my guy.
There is now a ghost in the chair. There is a ghost in the controlling the chair. Speaking to you from the great beyond. Oh my god. Okay. All right. Well, that was really exciting for the Jets for a second. And then, 8 on the ghosts.
So I guess this is.
That was such a hard call because I was like, that was running into the kicker. I actually didn't really see, or roughing the kicker,
I couldn't
was.
tell. I thought it was going to be the same thing, too.
which is why I almost jumped up and was like, it's roughing the kicker. But no, they go the other way with it.
Yeah, you guys were like, what just happened? And I'm just like, they blocked it. Like, I saw that even a mile away.
My goodness. They need better kicker in the NFL. So, Run and Gun TV, we did this. Yes, we actually did a segment on the state of NFL kicking last week. It is on our YouTube channel where Fran here broke down the stat for kicking, and we found this year, and we found that kickers were kicking at less than 80%, which is about 5% lower than the last 4 years. So the NFL kicking has gotten worse, although the kickers actually ended up like making all of them this weekend. So I expect the percentage to have come up a little bit. But it is a down year for kicking in the NFL. So good observation there, Run and Gun TV. And Fran's posting the YouTube video there that we did. That was a fun segment to do. It took a bit of research, and yeah. So all right. Well, that was exciting. Where are we at? Where are we at now, gentlemen?
So
what's the state of the game here?
I think you just keep running the clock out, just run the football. I don't think you really change anything. It's been a really weird game in the sense in the second half, everybody is just like, the offensive just like completely stagnated, like really quick 3 and outs. Like either you're moving the ball down the field, like going on 4th and 1 on the opposing 30, or you're just getting a 3 and out. So
yeah, so they're saying it's because they made the PAT longer. So
yes
actually,
and no.
the PAT. Yeah, it's a yes and no. The PAT percentage has actually remained constant since they made the change. So after they made the change, there was a big drop off. But the PAT, but since then, it's actually like leveled out. It's about 90. What was it? 94%.
94%. Yeah.
Yeah, 94. But it's the field goals actually, some of which extra kicks that are being missed. And we actually saw one of those by Ficken here earlier in the game where the Jets had an opportunity.
Still counts blocked field goals as misses, though.
Yes, a blocked field goal does count as a miss. Are they trying to go onside here?
That's why they called the timeout.
Yes, call the timeout. And he still looks like he's going to onside kick it. Yes, he does, and it hits a Raven there. And they managed to collect it. So it would have been an illegal touching anyway.
Yeah, it's Raven ball.
It's
Man,
Raven ball.
If they had that kicker from the Falcons, Younghoe Koo, I believe that's how you say his name.
Beast.
They would have actually. That dude absolutely killed it on. I mean, it killed it in the.
When he
onside
did it
kick.
like 3 times in
They
a
did
row.
it three times in a row, and they recovered it both every single time. I mean, one of them was called back, but still, 2 of them were just downright perfect.
All right, and here's Lamar Jackson taking over from the 44-yard line of the Jets. Unfortunately, with such a short field, it's really going to hamper his running stat for the night because he just doesn't have that much where to go. So handoff here is to Ingram, who tries to get the outside, but good edge discipline there. And he takes out the water cooler almost. That would have been a tragedy for the gentleman there in the blue coat.
Yeah, it's freezing out. You do not want to get that on you.
Yeah, and he got completely. I mean, he got completely wiped out. He almost put his butt right into the the heater right on the side. They would have gotten like a good nice little injury right
burned
there.
him. Yeah, these things are really hot.
Yeah.
So question in chat is, have you guys done anything on QB? So, what specifically about the NFL QBs? We could. We just did a not top 5 segment during halftime, but we haven't done a like rate the. You mean like rate the QBs, like top 10 QBs? I suppose there's a lot that we could do with that one.
I mean, I don't think we really ever ranking of the top quarterbacks or anything, but like what Matt was mentioning about, we did do the whole ranking of like the top 5 blunders for the quarterback this season,
or for just teams in general,
but we were highlighting the back specifically.
Yes. So a deep drop here on 3rd and Lamar Jackson with all day to throw, man. To Roberts over the midfield, who gets it at the 25.
Unbelievable.
The Jets just can't even get to him.
No.
I mean, so far, Lamar Jackson is just toying with these guys.
They have a good pass rush. They're not that bad on pass rush.
Yeah,
there's so much space.
Pass rush. They actually get like a chip protect on the edges, and Lamar's just got all day to throw, stepping up in the pocket, looking on down the field, and Seth Roberts, who actually caught the
touchdown.
4th and recent touchdown by the Ravens, opened up over the middle against zone defense, and so far, I mean, this has been the whole game. Lamar just completely.
Oh, here it is, Lamar! Off to the left side, to the 20, to the 15, to the 10! Oh, he just gets to run out of bounds. Oh, best arm strength. Well, I think we have something for best arm strength.
It's
Gentlemen.
Mahomes. He can throw it 90 yards.
No trust for no trust?
No.
No.
All right, so arm strength, we're thinking it's Mahomes. Somebody put up like a 70-yard bomb the other day.
I'm pretty sure I saw a video of Mahomes throwing it like pretty much the full length of the football field.
That's insane.
Yeah,
I mean, it's
he practices that every single game. He practices that every single game. He just throws like 60, 70-yard bombs in.
This is going to be a touchdown here, and it's going to be wide open for.
And we get big troughs again.
Big troughs. Let's go.
They're dancing
over
my
gosh, that's now what? His 3rd, 4th? I mean, that's his 4th or 5th touchdown.
Hey, you said they were gonna put up 40. They put up 40.
Well, actually, I said they were gonna win by 40.
Win by 40.
But yes, yeah.
At this rate, we have time. There is time, ladies and gentlemen.
But yeah, like as you can see right there, they're running a little play fake right over to the right. I mean, to the right side. Mark Ingram, who was a player who was being faked the handoff to, he rose over to the flat. The defender on the edge, he doesn't pick him up, lets him go on by him. He's wide open, easy pitch and catch. Touchdown Ravens, and the embarrassment is continuing the reign, 42-13.
Right down the middle for Justin Tucker. He manages to get the extra point. Thank you for everybody for hanging out. Live Sports. We hope you've been enjoying the broadcast. Yes.
So far, yes, this is his fourth. It was his fourth touchdown pass, and
Jackson's.
Jackson's fourth touchdown pass. And so far, he has thrown a pass to over 6 different receivers at this, spreading the ball around and actually like distributing his targets. And 4 different players have caught a touchdown pass, and he's also got 86 yards rushing. He's the leading rusher on the team so far right now.
Yeah, if run and gun, you can actually throw a football 80 yards and a baseball 98. That is pretty good.
That's really impressive.
That would be quite impressive. I think the most I got was 45, and I was really trying to crank it. I mean, it's like a 45-yard pass. It was a beautiful pass. Went up, nice spiral, came right down, almost hit somebody in the head.
The longest I throw a football is 80 yards.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good. I just want to see it though.
There you go.
I'm really not. I'm 6'8". Okay, well if you're 6'8", then I would probably project for you maybe be able to have some sort of cannon, and especially being that big of size. But
And dunk.
I still
like
want
crazy.
and dunk. Yeah,
I still want a video.
I still want a video. Yeah, it's like I don't want to discredit you and say absolutely not, but at the same time I do want to see it firsthand.
We gotta believe. We gotta believe, chat here. So at this point, do they take him out of the game? Or is Lamar just gonna keep going?
Fans of Legends, he says, I've thrown a football at least 5 feet, so I'm kind of a big deal.
Oh my god, this is why we love you, chat. Thanks for hanging out here with us tonight. You guys are spectacular. Chat has been amazing.
Thank you for entertaining us as we're trying to entertain you throughout this embarrassment of a show by...
Oh, wait, look, what is this? Oh,
he's
they
eating! They're eating! Big trust! Big trust be eating!
They're stealing it from Zeke, man. They're all stealing it from Zeke.
Yeah, Zeke was the first one.
Now they're eating Zeke's money.
Now they're eating Zeke's money.
I can't tell if the strategy by the Ravens is actually to let them return it, or it's just cold
really
and they can't get the kick out of the end zone.
Or if that's just actually the Jets' strength of this team at this point.
No, but it can't be like the Jets have nothing to do with how far the ball goes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like I'd be hard pressed to actually say that that would be the strategy. John Harbaugh is a special teams coach and came in to his position as a head coach, as a special teams coach beforehand. So, I mean, for him to actually let guys run through I'm not really sure if that would be something he would be pleased.
So Sam Darnold with a handoff there to Le'Veon Bell for about, make that 23 yards. Run and gun. When you do get that video done, let us know. Come back and show us here on Real Life Sports. We're all about all things sports here on Twitch, whether it's football, basketball. This is we're trying to build a sports-centric community here on Twitch and give sports a home on Twitch. So make sure all those in chat, thank you for hanging out with us tonight. Make sure you drop a follow and come back. We'll be streaming more sports throughout the weekend for the NBL and the NBA G League. And as we have the Jets now spread out in flight formation with Sam Darnold here in the cockpit, looking long, looking over the middle. Can he get it complete? Yes, he does! Nice throw right over the middle there, and gets it to connect.
Nice, Sam.
There you go, Sam.
Beautiful.
Yeah, they just run a little post route right up against Jimmy Smith with, what's his name? Robbie Anderson coming in. He lays out for that catch. Well, he doesn't really lay out, but reach out and able to make the catch. If it was thrown a little bit more on him, probably would have gone for 6. But still, good connection right there. Is able to set him up exactly at the 20-yard line.
Run and Gun TV, thank you very much for the follow. It's been great to have you here in chat as well, being super active and fun. 2 yards there for Le'Veon Bell. And, Mark Ingram, there it is.
There it is.
Giving the wrap.
He did it.
Let's do it. Hey.
Big
Big
trust.
trust. Let's go. And it's the only time I'm ever gonna do that with the Ravens.
Yeah, I don't think I'm allowed
Ravens
to
are
ever
such
do
a
it again.
vibe, man. Ravens are such a freaking vibe, though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, actually, like playing for that team would be awesome. Like awesome.
Trips formation out there to the left for the Jets. Sam Darnold, 7 seconds here on the play clock, does get it off with plenty of time. Coming across is number 10, and that is actually, look, that's complete to Crowder. Just steps into the end zone. The Duke connection. Yeah, boy. Woo!
Wow. He
That
scored.
Crowder now
wow.
with 2 touchdowns. Make that 2 touchdowns for Duke.
No, they're probably gonna go for 2 here, but yeah, as you can see, he's he's actually getting pressure right off of his backside. He gets hit right as soon as he releases. Still able to manage to make a really good throw in
Pretty good,
tight
yeah.
coverage with Brandon Carr over on his tightrope sideline, barely stayed in bounds, and was able to get in the end zone.
Gotta say, it's pretty good pitch and catch. Really good
Very
by
good
Darnold.
catch and catch. Oh yeah.
The Jets now trying for a 2-point attempt to make it a 21-point game, which would mean it's a 3-possession game. Yeah, and so Jamison Crowder coming across the formation there. Sam Darnold, nope, they're good. Wow, okay. They're going to run out of time. That's a delay of game. Adam Gase with some choice language there. And running gun, I do not actually know, although New England needs you, like, to play any position, like any offensive position, please. That would be good. So, yeah. Give New England a call. They could use a receiver. They could use a tight end. And they could use a kicker. Lord knows they could use a kicker. And, yeah. Yeah, that would be good. All right, the 2-point attempt, now an odd 2-point attempt from the 7. So this one is going to, number 11 looked open. Sam Darnold in the back of the end field, going for 11. Yes, he does.
Yeah.
And that's Anderson again. We called it here first.
It's a pretty good play. Yeah, it's like it's like the Lamar Jackson effect times like 100. Like it's really hard for me to get excited about this play because like we're seeing Lamar Jackson just like do some incredible things on the field, and it like doesn't really equate.
But the Jets are showing some fight
Yeah,
here.
they are
so
scoring. So
I mean,
credit to them.
they're
Right?
scoring.
Yeah, I mean they're not dying easily. I know that they've been opportunities, but they're definitely not like completely conceding and falling and completely just being out of this game by well over 5 touchdowns or so. But still, like they are down, but they are showing some fight, and obviously Robbie Anderson is stepping up big for the same with Jameson.
So it's in these situations, right? When it's a bit of a blowout. I mean, you can still fight, but you want to see, from the coaching staff and from the Jet standpoint, who is going to still continue playing, right? Like who's not going to give up, because those are the people. That's how you get PT, man. You can't give up. These are professionals, and they're going to keep playing. So I love seeing the fight here by the Jets. They're going to actually squib kick this one, and it is going to be picked up by close to the 18-yard line by Thomas. The Jets. Oh, that's a face mask.
Ooh,
That
that
is
yeah.
a face mask.
Almost Miles
that's a
Garrett
face
at
mask
him.
all the way, bro.
It's just Miles Garrett.
Miles Garrett.
Yeah, I did throw that one in there.
Actually, or George Kittle, actually, who basically fought off 3 people pulling at his face mask. So
there it is, RG3.
Projected,
RG3.
Let's go. Yeah, I mean, like right here, looks like that.
Yeah, it's a face mask.
Kind of got yanked down by right there at the face. So, yeah, I don't know what he was trying to do. I know he was trying to grab him any possible because he ran right past him over the top, but like that was just not
RG3.
Really good place.
RG3 giving the thumbs up there, and they're giving you his 2012 stats. Last I checked, that was 7 years ago.
Yeah.
Yes,
Wow.
that was 7 years. Yeah, his stats are still over the top incredible from that one season, and it's just very sad that he's in this position. I'm happy he's still in the league, but it's just unfortunate that he went from probably like one of the best young and upcoming quarterbacks to all of a sudden, in a way, being a bust.
And a lot of it was a result of
Yeah, I
so.
was gonna say, unfortunately, a lot of it was a result of injury and also just where he was. I mean, the Redskins have never really been that great of an organization.
He put them in the playoffs, though, didn't he?
Yeah.
No, yeah, he put them in the playoffs. Yeah.
Yeah.
But
so yeah.
No, well, let's talk about this as soon as
topic for the break here is RG3 taking snaps here from the shotgun and he's actually going to hold on, like little run pass option there. Oh, and gets pile driven. Oh, the Jets coach gets taken out and trying to get back on his feet. That looked dangerous. I almost thought this was a tackle out of bounds. No. Actually, the Jets coach gets the worst of this one for sure.
Yeah, the Jets coach right there, he gets completely taken out by the knees. But anyway, I wanted to get back on RG3. It's just he was, or do we want to save this actually, for the commercial?
Yeah, I have a debate topic here for the commercial break as well. On a 3rd and 6, 2 seconds on the play clock. One, they got to get it off, and RG3 is going to go up the middle. Careful, don't fumble the football. And he's only going to get 2 yards here, so it will be a punt by the Ravens with about 6 minutes and 20 seconds left here in the game. Ooh, ow.
Ooh, ow. Oh, my Lord. Oh, yeah.
That's how Sean Payton got broken leg. Whew. Jumps up like a spry chicken.
I mean, he's taking it like a champ, but he was limping a little bit right after. And surprisingly, he is still okay. He's still on the sideline. He's still coaching up his play.
He is coaching
that was
hard.
Very dangerous.
Jets are trying to sell out to block this one. Remember, they were able to block one before. Let's see if they can do it again. And it is a delay of game. Yes, they should call this delay of game on the part of the Ravens.
As
that's it.
Mr. Bad Bass said in chat, the ghosts are covering up the play clock.
Ghosts are covering up the play clock. Lamar having himself quite a night. Touchdowns to add to his MVP campaign. Also manages to break Michael Vick's rushing record. So, question: do we know if Michael Vick did he win MVP the season he did that?
Wait, say it one more time?
Did Michael Vick actually win MVP the season he had that rushing record?
Yeah.
Oh, no. He never.
No, he never did. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, he was up for, I think, Offensive Player of the Year and MVP candidacy, but he actually never won MVP. During, I believe that was the 2006 year. And
got it.
Yeah.
Ravens with another false start here, so pushing back another 5 yards. Walking in the wrong direction at this point, and now the Jets trying to sell out again. Can't get to that one. This is actually a low line drive kick, and caught here by Berrios. Yeah, who pulls it out to
from the U
out to the 40.
And now we have a flag down on the field.
Now we have a flag.
See if this pushes it forward.
Holding. Oh, that is on the defense. Are they going to re-kick it? They could, right?
I don't think they want to. If you're
I
the
think
Jets, you got a pretty good run back.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to go maybe decline the penalty or let it get pushed forward from the. Oh my Lord!
I did not remember that smack.
Yeah, I didn't remember that hit.
I didn't remember that smack either. Oh my gosh, he took a chance.
Wow.
These are some dimes, man.
Yeah, tell me about it.
Lamar just dropping passes left and right. You see here, that is the single record. 4 touchdowns and 1 rushing touchdown.
He's got 5 today? Wow.
He's got 5 total. If you have him on your fantasy team, my goodness, you have had quite a night. And here's Sam Darnold with a play action fake, who's trying to go over across the middle and broken up there by the Raven, by Lang. Nicely done. Langy, rather. Langy. But running, yeah, I could see a girl kicker. Why not? That could work. That could work. Tough question. Tough question there on that one. I think probably not, just because like you would never see one in the NBA. But of course, the NFL is a little hard because there's no parallel, right? There's no actual other league, even though.
I
But
think it's
there
one of
isn't one
those
in
things
baseball
where if
either.
you can do
There
it,
isn't one in
you can do it.
baseball. Yeah, if you can do it, you can do it.
You can do it. You can do it.
Yeah,
So, I
Nobody
mean,
was gonna
I've been
care.
around. I've been on teams like where we've actually had a female kicker before, and they're
Oh,
actually like,
nice.
not bad at all. Yeah. I mean, like I think even like a couple of them like I've heard of. I mean, not particularly from my school, but like around the area that have actually been for to be in having a collegiate scholarship for being a kicker, and I just think that just kind of comes to show that if you can do it, you can do it. Doesn't matter who you are, come from, etc. That if you got the skill, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I completely. The NFL and football and college football coaches is like that. They're all results oriented. If you can produce a result, nobody will care who you are or what sex, race, any of that.
Yeah. Plus, you got a bunch of like random trick shot guys who probably never even played football, whom are coming in and being signed off the street to go and play for their team.
Like in New England.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, this time, look, I would love to take one of these women's soccer players and have her kick for New England because I bet she could put it through the upright.
Yeah, get Julie Ertz out there.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, that is a hilarious commercial. I actually like that commercial with Zach and Julie Ertz. That's a fun one.
Yeah, that's a very fun one.
That's a good one. So, and this is an officials timeout here on 4th and 1. The Jets are going to go for it. At least this time, when we see a 4th down, it is in opponent territory. Sam Darnold is being pursued back. He gets the pass off. No! Crowder cannot bring it in with one hand, and it is a turnover on downs. The Ravens defense hold. Honestly, I thought he needed to get that one out a little quicker. He had a guy coming across the middle. I think
ran
he missed.
back too far. Like, yeah. The free rusher there just. He was.
Yeah, well,
he was done.
again, this is another like situation with play.
Threw it
I
late.
mean, like that was not a good throw, and obviously not good footwork with him going back behind, and obviously Adam Gase is giving him an earful. But really, like this is just like a matter of play call and field position. You're at 4th and 1. Your run game has not been playing well. You're absolutely like calling the wrong plays in the wrong position, and you're recognizing that there is a zero blitz. It's like, don't go and do play fakes at zero blitzes. Call quick passes right down the middle against one-on-one coverage, because like that's the only way you can really beat zero blitzes. But also, I'll definitely say this too, that like the receivers on the Jets are just also like have not been good of separation at all. So like a whole lot of things that are going wrong for this team, and again, this something they've got to probably like consider with the offseason.
Much like my Patriots receivers, which
Also,
have had
just
trouble
much like
separating.
Giants too.
Oh my goodness, all year. They will host the Bills, as you just saw there, this Sunday. And I kid you not, chat. Oh, this is a nice up the middle here. The Ravens still going to the 35 to the 30, just discarding Jets defenders. It's a bit of crash landing there for the Jets player.
Look at Lamar over there telling him to get up, giving him some support too. You love to see it. Still engaged the whole time in the game.
This run here gets a nice hole there. Discards one. Discards a second there with another stiff arm. Edwards, just a nice run here late in the 4th quarter.
Hey, good night, Mr. Babas. I understand it's getting late and you got work tomorrow morning. Thanks for sticking around and being an entertaining chat.
Yes, thank you. Thanks to everybody hanging out in chat. Follow the stream tonight. We're build the sports-centric community here on Twitch, so make sure you drop a follow to come back as we continue to co-stream the additional live sports content that we can here on Twitch, and also check out our YouTube channel for a bunch of highlights and videos that we've been making from our co-stream. As we were saying, an interesting weekend shaping up here in the NFL. Only 3 games left as we do the final shuffling for the playoffs. Gentlemen, since this is our last game on Thursday Night Football, when do I think Tom Brady is retiring? God, I hope not soon. I give him like 3 years. To be honest, I give him like 3 years. Honestly, I would love, if he won another one, I would just say, all right, Tom, that's it. We're done. We're done. But gentlemen, since we don't have another shot at this one because all the games will now shift to Saturday, give me your Super Bowl pick. Likely to play in the Super Bowl and then gonna win it.
We're looking at him right now.
Uh,
I think the Ravens.
You mean the Jets?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, definitely. We're looking at the Jets, absolutely.
But I think the Ravens, unless they get figured out really badly, should make it to the Super Bowl. They have the defense to actually take them there, and they actually have the offense to get there. The problem with the other teams like KC is that KC doesn't really have the defense. They've been getting better, but they don't have the defense to actually stop a Lamar Jackson or stop a Tom Brady. It just becomes a shootout. I actually think the Ravens can actually stop teams.
All right, so chat is voting Ravens 49ers with 49ers victory. Thoughts?
Yeah. Well, honestly, I think that I definitely think it's going to be 49ers Ravens as far as I can see. I want to say Seahawks Ravens or something, but realistically, if I want to actually be more unbiased, I'll definitely say the Ravens and 49ers would be that key matchup in the Super Bowl, and I think the Ravens might be able to win it.
There's a world here in which Seattle could go to San Francisco in the second round, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. So I am actually I think the 49ers are the trendy sort of pick. However, I think if they play Seattle in the second round, Seattle will find a way to win somehow and upset them.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I think that if the Seahawks were to be coming into the playoffs as a number 5, I think that they can definitely take their way to possibly getting into the NFC Championship game, because obviously them being a 10-3 now and hopefully ending off the year maybe 12-4, 13-3, depending, could definitely push their ability. I mean, it shows that they can definitely take up even the top teams in the league. So and especially with the fact they already did that, they took down the 49ers in San Francisco on Monday Night Football Week 10, and I would definitely think that they have go and play them and beat them again.
Chat is sticking with the 49ers, so run and gun was sticking to the guns on that one. So I just have this bizarre feel. I was like this because when they went to play there on Monday night, Seattle went to play there on Monday night. I told everybody in the office, I was like, you guys are going to beat them. And they did. And there's just some bizarre, voodoo witchcraft with Pete Carroll and the playoffs. Yeah.
Though,
unfortunately, I don't think for my Patriots, I don't know if it's going to pan out without home field advantage unless Bill Belichick, one of two things happens. Bill Belichick either proves he is the best defensive coach in football again and stops Lamar Jackson, which we've discussed tonight is almost impossible to do without a ghost or a drone strike. Yeah. Or it snows 2 feet and that stops Lamar Jackson. Or he just runs over the Patriots and leads the team to the Super Bowl. I mean, I think that's what we're going to see if it has to go through Baltimore. Nate, the final thoughts here.
Well, I definitely think that it's going to definitely go through Baltimore. and like I think for like any NFC team that is going to be making it into the Super, they can only hope and pray that they don't have to play the Ravens in the Super Bowl. But that is probably almost deeming unlikely because of what Lamar Jackson is doing, both throwing and running, as we saw here tonight.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Lamar Jackson game, and I think I'm the best defensive coach in football, and we're just gonna find a way to win, and that's what it's gonna be. And yeah, you can go talk to my son over there, who talks just like me and gives interviews just like me, and just basically has all my mannerisms. It's just a little mini me walking around here. Oh, Bill, I love you. Tom Brady. All right, gentlemen. So thank you everybody for hanging out with us. This has been amazing. This has been an amazing season. Of course, we want to thank Twitch. We want to thank the NFL. We want to thank Prime Video. We want to thank all the viewers who have helped grow the stream to where we are today. It has been such it's actually been surreal. Like, this is so cool. And thank you everybody for hanging out tonight with us. We will continue to produce content here on Relive Sports. Since we can't do the NFL, we might end up coming back and doing just some, like, not showing the video but doing some reacts and calling the games so that you can see us go crazy with our favorite teams, especially when it comes playoff time. We will be continuing to co-stream G League and the NBL. And, of course, we will have our Duke content as always. Make sure to follow us here on Twitch to be part of the Sports Center community as we try to build this thing. And also our YouTubes and our other socials. Thank you so much, everybody, for hanging out with us. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
And
Thank
good
you.
luck to our teams. I think all our teams, whether it's Seattle or Pittsburgh, will be making it into the playoffs. The final count on the Ghosts is 8 for tonight, as voted by chat. So make sure to watch your back before you go to bed tonight for the Ghosts. For all of us here at Real Life Sports, thank you very much. We are signing off. Have a great rest of your Thursday
Big
evening.
trust.
Big trust, let's go, baby. Have a good night.
Take care. Thank
Good
you so
night.
much, everybody, and good night. Woo! We're done.